DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Friday afternoon to you. So glad you could be with us. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Has your office cleared out for the weekend? Much like ours has? I think we might be the only ones in this building right now.
They closed the gate.
Yeah, the gate is closed. It's locked up for the weekend here. Everybody's gone. Holiday weekend. I've mentioned that before, like our company, they a holiday, like if the holiday is on a Monday, they give you a half day on Friday. So
You can't sell stuff,
No.
DK, in the afternoon on a Friday before a holiday. Come on.
technically, like we should have like a day, 2 days of vacation because our shift essentially is after the deadline. Normally it's at 2, but apparently today they decided to let everybody go at 1 o'clock. So there you go. Everybody's gone, but we're here to keep you company for the next 3 hours. So please join us, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. I have to say that there is some disappointment in this particular Friday show, as you can probably hear or see if you're watching on one of our video streams. We are streaming this show live on YouTube. We are also not on Facebook currently, as I continue to be locked out of Facebook on everything but my iPhone. So yeah, let's start there. If you know, so I am currently, I currently am locked out of our Facebook account on computers. Like the only place I can access our 1290 Facebook account is on our one work cell phone that we use here in the sports department, which is the weirdest thing. I have no idea how this happened. It happened like 2 weeks ago. I've sent multiple memos to Facebook. I'm sure if anybody that's tried to do anything with Facebook
They didn't get
online,
right back to you, DK?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
Not even close. Not even close. Yeah, that doesn't. I don't even know if anybody exists like at the end of those.
The last
put in a memo, put in a service, a support report kind of thing.
Yeah, the last time I talked to a human being when calling an office, right? It's the same thing. It's the tech support. 15 years ago, DK, it was somebody you could physically talk to in a chat.
Right.
Now it's generally an AI bot or somebody trying to help you with the lowest common denominator type problems.
Yeah, so I got nothing. So I'm kind of locked out. So I can't so in the process of being locked out, it deactivated our stream to Facebook. So I can't get in. I'm going to try to maybe do it since the only access I have is on my phone. But I don't know if I can get into the Restream, which is the service we use to stream our show, and reactivate it on my cell phone. I've always done it on a computer, whether it's been my desktop or my laptop. We don't have desktops anymore. We have we've gone to the whole transition to the what do they call it? The port, where I basically my laptop is now my desktop kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can't get in to activate the Facebook stream anymore. I can post stuff to Facebook using our Amplify account because I'm still active there as well, but I can't actually log into Facebook, which I think I need to be able to do in order to reactivate our video stream on Facebook. So right now we're only streaming on Twitch and YouTube.
Somebody get Zuck on the phone. Get this handled.
Yeah, please get Zuck. Get Andrew. Is it Andrew or what is his name? I don't even know what his name is.
Mark.
Get Mark Zuckerberg on the phone and tell him we've got issues trying to get into our Facebook account. So if anybody knows how to do that, yeah, this is a help show. We help you. We hope you help us. If anybody knows that's been locked out of their Facebook account, knows how to get back in, because it's literally asking me for an authenticator, because a lot of us have these authenticators now that we use for various accounts and work and all that. I never set up an authenticator for that particular account, but it keeps asking me for an authenticator code, and I go to my work authenticator, I go to Google Authenticator. I'm giving it all these codes, but it's not accepting anything.
Yeah, one of the big issues is like when a big platform like that switches over to the third-party authentication method, if you don't get that memo and don't get your third-party authentication set up in time, there's a deadline, and then you can get locked out. Oftentimes, that's the case.
So back to the disappointment part of this. We are in studio. Normally, the Friday before the first home game of a U of A football season, we would be out at Bear Down Friday. But if you were with us last year, Bear Down Friday was tremendously downsized to basically 1 month. And now I'm hearing that Bear Down Friday is even more downsized to just one celebration this year. And that's going to be on Homecoming. Homecoming Friday. I don't have the schedule right in front of me, but I believe it's mid-October, I believe, is the Homecoming game this year. So that, I'm told, is going to be the only Bear Down Friday that is conducted this year. So as a result of that and other circumstances, we are not out on University Avenue right now, and I don't know whether we will be as the year goes on. Maybe not. It was kind of become, I don't know. Like obviously the first 2 years that I've done this show, we've been out on University Avenue on Fridays before home games. I don't know, how far does that go back? JW, you've been here 10 years. How far?
Bear Down, we did this one time. Yeah, we actually talked to a representative because it's Main Gate Square that puts it on, right?
Yeah, well, it is the Marshall Foundation, which I think is over, all
yes.
over Main Gate
So initially
Square.
It was Main Gate Square. Marshall Foundation took that over, I believe. But yeah, I think what we found, it was 16 years, I want to say. It wasn't going on when I worked down there. That was not a thing when I was on university working at Froggenfurken.
Right.
But it's been the last 16, 20 years.
No, yeah. But I'm asking, how long had we been down there? Do you know how long going back we had done the shows down there?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. I think probably prior to COVID, we did some shows down there. Maybe it wasn't every single
So it wasn't like going back. We
Friday.
hadn't been down there for like 15 years or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a huge tradition.
No.
So, okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure we weren't like ending a huge tradition.
There's a bunch of people wandering aimlessly down on University looking for our tent.
Why are they not at Illegal Pete's right now? It is Friday. I got used to seeing DK in his tent and his band of merry promotional people.
Just a bunch of people don't know what to do with themselves. Their world has been turned upside down.
People handing out, and the Corona people handing out free beer.
Yep.
And all of that kind of thing, which we couldn't talk about that the beer was free. But if you showed up, the beer was free. So, that's not happening. Not happening, at least not this Friday. So maybe Fridays down the line. And again, there's a sadness to that. There's a sadness to that because, again, I've been here. This is I've said it before, this is year 18 for me, and there has always been a Bear Down Friday. Always. I mean, in 18 years that I've been here, there's always been a Bear Down Friday happening, especially the first game of the year. And now there's not. And so I think it's a bad look. I don't know who's responsible for it. Marshall Foundation, Main Gate Square. It's a bad look. It's a bad look when things get taken away. It's a bad look when things are not there anymore that we're used to having, especially around a football program that you're trying to generate interest in. And that was an event. Now, granted, was it packed every single Friday night? I mean, there was a good amount of people that would go down there. I know a lot of parents took their kids down there to see the band. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you because there were years in television where I did not go to Bear Down Fridays because I was off doing high school football. So I mean, really, like when I went back for 2 years ago now, 2 years ago today. That was the first time I'd been to a Bear Down Friday probably in over 12 years.
To your point, when I was down there, for Bear Down Fridays, a lot of my interactions, DK, were with 18, 19-year-old freshmen in the dorm because the dorms are right there. And so you're talking about introducing people who may be not familiar with Tucson, maybe not familiar with the Arizona Wildcats sports programs. When you have a big stage and all the coaches are going up there and doing their little rah-rah speeches and you have just random people walking by, what's going on here? That's an introduction into that life. That's an introduction into, hey, maybe going to a football game might be fun this year type of thing. So
it's what I talked about earlier in the week, or I think it was last week, what are those events that are those things that signal to you that you're in college, that you're at this place where you're going to spend the next 4 years of your life. And I talked about, for me, that it was the first time I walked on campus and heard the band, heard the Spirit of Troy on the campus of the University of Southern California and heard them do the cadence for Tribute to Troy. And then you go back the next day and it's the same cadence and they're playing that same song. And then you walk by the next day and they're playing the same song and you start to think, okay, well, that must be our deal because they keep playing the same song over and over and over again. So that must be what's going to be happening on Saturday. When I get to that stadium, I'm going to hear that song over and over and over again. And you fall in love with that. And I remember falling in love with that by like the fourth day I walked by Cromwell Field and they were playing it yet again.
That song, though, I mean, come on.
So I don't know what that is. If it's Bear Down, Arizona for you, if it's Fight Wildcats Fight for you, the first time you heard Fight Wildcats Fight, or the first time you heard Bear Down, Arizona, or something else that the pride of Arizona plays, or maybe it was you got to campus and you were walking down Main Gate on that Friday at 6 o'clock and had no idea anything was about to happen, and the band comes storming down University Boulevard and makes the left onto Tyndale, and there's a big stage there, and who knows if you were there in 2008 after the band was done playing, Katy Perry comes on the stage and starts singing, and you're like, oh, they got the girl who kissed another girl here at the University of Arizona. I've been hearing that song on the radio all summer long. The memories. I feel like when we lose events like this, we're taking away our memories. We're taking away the memories from these kids who are getting on campus right now. And heck, who knows? Maybe they don't even care.
Hey, I mean, memories for students in 2025 might be a little bit different than the memories that you and I made when we were in college.
Right.
I do have a quick update. You're correct. It's early November. Homecoming will be November 8th, and Arizona will be hosting the Kansas Jayhawks for the first time in 29 years. This is the last time the Jayhawks were in Tucson. It's also Military Appreciation Night.
So that's going to be my question of the day. I'm typing it up right now. I'll get it up here for you. You can vote in our poll. It'll be on Wildcats 1290, our Twitter account. Bear Down Friday is essentially dead after however many years. I want to say 2003 is the year that comes to mind that this event first started. So 21 years in which we did this for every single home weekend, except until last year when they only did it 3 times. I believe it was in October, and homecoming was one of those. And now we're basically down to one event, one pep rally for homecoming. We don't even get a pep rally. High schools do pep rallies before the first game of the season. We don't even get a pep rally for the first game of the season. How are we going to own the night? How are we going to own the goddamn night if we can't even have a pep rally on Friday before the game anymore? How are we going to own the night? How's that going to happen? Explain that to me at 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290. So that's my question of the day. I haven't even given it to you yet. Bear Down Friday is essentially dead. Are you disappointed? Are you disappointed that there is no longer essentially a Bear Down Friday before every single Arizona Wildcats home football weekend? 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us. You can text us. We're going to talk a lot of Arizona and Hawaii today. John Venneri is going to join us straight ahead. He is the voice of Hawaii football. We'll chat with him, get his thoughts. I really am interested to ask him what's the legacy of Dick Tomey as it relates to Hawaii football. We know what it is here at the University of Arizona. He coached there before he came here. What's his legacy at the University of Hawaii at Manoa, I think is how you pronounce that. Well, we'll talk to John Veneri about that. Michael Lev going to join us in the 4 o'clock hour. He is the columnist for the Arizona Daily Star. He was out at camp, and we'll get his thoughts on what he saw over the course of the 18 practices for the Arizona football team. And then, of course, it's almost Friday night. We're not out at a high school. We normally would not be on a home weekend Friday for U of A. But, heck, since there's no Bear Down Friday, maybe we'll start going out to high schools on home weekend Fridays, too. We'll make every Friday about high school football moving forward. How about that? Javier Morales will join us, and we'll get you set. There's some big games going on, including the battle of probably the top two programs in Southern Arizona right now, Marana and South Point. We'll go over all of that with Javier Morales. Cricket will also give you everything that's happening in Southern Arizona. It is a long Labor Day weekend, extra day on Monday. Happy birthday to my wife, Kathleen. I love you. It's her birthday today. She's up tubing. I hope she is above the water versus below the water, and everybody's keeping her safe so we can celebrate with her later this evening when we get done with you all here at 6 o'clock. Cricket right now is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. With collisions that are reported working Campbell and Fort Lowell and Campbell, Harrison and Escalante, Grant Road and First Avenue, also Keno Parkway and Broadway Boulevard. Some slowing both directions on Ajo Way at Mission. There's a slight chance of rain into the evening, 101 through the weekend and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Did you miss the big game?
They need a 3 to get to overtime.
You know we got you covered.
Mid-court, shot is up. Good! Love has hit a 3. We're going to overtime.
Trying to keep it close, and you never give up. I guess that's life in the Big 12.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start, and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up. And I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at alaskanac.com.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Kick off your week with Wildcats Radio 1290 for Modelo Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. at Union Public House. Enjoy a refreshing Modelo, spin to win prizes, and more. Sponsored by Modelo, brewed for full-time Cats fans, an official partner of Arizona Athletics.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arizona and Hawaii kicking off the 2025 college football season on Saturday night. Well, at least for us, the Hawaii Rainbows have already played one game as they beat Stanford last week at home by a score of 23-20, trying to make it 2 in a row over the Wildcats. If you remember what happened over on the Big Island in 2019, a dramatic ending to that ball game that was won by the Rainbow Warriors. Let's get an update on what's happening with Hawaii. John Veneri joins us. He is the play-by-play man for the Rainbow Warriors on radio. And John, obviously a comeback victory over the Stanford Cardinal. Things did not start well in that game. What did you kind of like about the way the Rainbow Warriors weathered the storm early and were able to rally in that fourth quarter to win?
Well, I like the grit from the team. They didn't show the letdown. You know, obviously taking the ball at the 1 and then suffering a sack in the end zone for a touchdown was not the way anybody wanted this to start. And in fact, the air kind of deflated out of the stadium, but it immediately came back with a good defensive stand. I mean, you give up a touchdown and a field goal early, but you're able to come back. I think that was the thing that was most positive, was to see that the guys' faces and the way they were still playing, there was no letdown. And there was still a lot of football to be played. My brother kept saying it on the radio, you know, that there's a lot of football left to be played, and we know this team pretty well, and so we were just waiting for that comeback to happen.
And John, you mentioned your brother there, Mark. The two of you call the games on radio for Hawaii. You mentioned to me first or only brothers tandem on a major radio college football network. Now, did both of you did you guys play at Hawaii? What's the background of your football and your life in football?
Yeah, so I played from 90 to 95 for Hawaii. It is the only team I cheer for. My brother actually played baseball at the University of Hawaii at Hilo, so he played Division I baseball, was a quarterback in high school, so he also coaches, so he knows this offense very well, and he's about the same age as all the coaches, so he's a few years behind me, but he's good friends with a lot of those guys, and he knows football very well. He also calls football for the same radio station for high school. So he's a play-by-play guy, and we kind of just swap roles for UH. He was our sideline guy for a number of years, and he moved up into the booth to take over the color duties, and he's fantastic at it. If I had to say, I think he's probably one of the best in the business.
There you go. So you mentioned obviously that you played at the University of Hawaii in the 1990s. That was after, obviously, Dick Tomey had left to come here to coach at the University of Arizona. But I want to ask you, because obviously this is going to be a celebration of not only a Pacific Islander heritage, but also a celebration of Dick Tomey having coached at both of those schools. What is the legacy of Dick Tomey from the Hawaii side of it?
Well, I mean, his imprint has been left. It's left a huge mark on both programs, not to mention the San Jose State program. And so he's done a fantastic job, or did a fantastic job at both programs. He was one of the winningest coaches in Hawaii. He left an imprint there. And the guy that took over for him when he left was a guy that was the defensive coordinator under him for a long time, Bob Wagner. And so Dick Tomey, I got to know very well. I didn't play for him, but I've got a lot of friends that did play for him. And when he was in the broadcast booth, we'd see him pretty much every game. And, he's just such a nice guy. He's football is his life. It was his life. And it'll be nice to see his wife at the game. In fact, one of the guys at the hotel that we're at knows him very well as well too. So, obviously losing Dick Tomey early was a sad thing. I've also lost my coach, Bob Wagner, who was after him. But Dick Tomey is a guy who's left his imprint on a number of programs, rightfully so, that they honor him because he was such a good coach and he was such a good guy.
John Veneri is the play-by-play man for the Hawaii Rainbows joining us. It is U of A and Hawaii Saturday night, kickoff 7:30 at Arizona Stadium to start the season. Timmy Chang, the head coach of the Hawaii Rainbows, now in season number 5. Season, I believe, 4 now for him, season 4 at Hawaii. Played at Hawaii also. So you obviously been covering this program for 30 years. You saw him as a player. You have now been with him as a coach. How's he changed from the guy that suited up to now the guy that kind of runs this operation?
Well, I mean, there's a certain professionalism you have to take from one step to the next. He's been doing this for a while as an offensive coordinator at a number of different places, as a tight end coach as well. He's been to different programs and coached under Norvell. He's, he knows football. And I think that doesn't change from player to coach. The knowledge he has of the game and what he does is one thing, and then the type of man he is how he coaches. He's a family man. He's got kids. He's a good husband, and he takes that to the field as well. The family enjoys his successes and lifts him up in his down moments. But he's a fantastic coach. I really have enjoyed watching his transition from record-setting quarterback in college to coach. He's just done a fantastic job, and he's got, a good general, has good lieutenants around him. He's got good coaches around him, guys that he knows, guys that he trusts, and that know. There's one thing about a coach that comes to Hawaii. You have to know the culture. You have to know the people of Hawaii and what they want and what they need. And I think he's the perfect fit. He's a local boy who played at a local high school, one that is very world-renowned now that all the quarterbacks have come out of there, the same high school that Marcus Mariota and Tua Tagovailoa, the number of quarterbacks have come through there. And so the fact that he is just a local boy and back home now coaching his team is just, it's a kind of a storybook type deal.
Okay, so he averaged, he played there 5 years. He averaged pretty much 8 wins over the 3 primary years he was the starter. What does he need maybe to get back to that, where Hawaii can win 7, 8 games and be bowl eligible every year?
Well, patience and time was one. He's had that. I think he's got the right combination of players now. But as you know, college football has changed tremendously from the time he was playing to the time, even 10 years ago. College football has changed so much. And I commend any of the coaches across the league that are just starting or just taking over as a head coach, because it is a huge business now. And I would never want those shoes, because it is difficult. And so he's got good people around him that are helping him. I think they're finding the right combination of both the business side of it and the football side of it. And I think you're seeing that. You kind of saw that in the comeback against Stanford, and you're hoping that, or at least we are, hoping to see that against Arizona tomorrow.
John Veneri joining us. He's the play-by-play man for the Hawaii Rainbows. Okay, the big question everybody wants to know, what's the status of Micah Alejado? He obviously was filmed earlier this week, moving around in practice, moving around gingerly. Coach Chang said that they expect him to go. If he does go, what's going to be his mobility factor out there on Saturday night?
Well, now you're an Arizona radio station, so I don't know that I can give it all away, but he was at practice today, and he was taking first-team snaps. So he is a full go, according to the coaches. And we just got done watching practice, and yes, he's wearing a brace, and yes, he can drop back and hand off, and he can roll out. And so I would expect him to go, and that's what the coaches are expecting. So there's your your quick answer. How about that?
Well, and obviously a freshman. So tell us about this young man.
I mean, he's very well poised. He's grown so much since his New Mexico game. He's undersized. And that's something that Hawaii has seen a lot of, undersized quarterbacks. We haven't seen a lot of big quarterbacks. I think a lot of people would consider Timmy Chang an undersized quarterback at the time he was playing. Mike Alejado is certainly undersized, but I think he makes up with it in his mental ability to process the football game as it's going. He can move the field and move his players along, and he takes command in a way that you see most veteran quarterbacks do at this level. He is, he graduated at 19 from Bishop Gorman. He has found success there as well. But the fact that he had a couple extra years in a program that is so high level on the high school level, his transformation from high school quarterback to college quarterback wasn't very different than what he was already doing. And I think that's what drew the Hawaii coaches to him so much. There is that Hawaii connection with Chris Brown and Chad Kapanui coming from Hawaii and then going to coach Bishop Gorman and then now coming back to Hawaii. And so there's a pipeline there. But Micah Alejado is definitely one of those quarterbacks that I think, while looking undersized and not your prototypical college quarterback, is a guy that could probably play in most places across the country.
John Venneri is the voice of the Hawaii Rainbows. John, it's interesting. I'm just perusing the roster. This is a very all-American program. I mean, you've got starters from Texas. You've got kids from Ohio, Georgia, Louisiana, Nevada. I mean, you got a kid obviously from Yuma, Arizona, starting. The kickers from Tokyo, Japan. I mean, it's a real melting pot there in Hawaii.
As it is for the state. I mean, it goes along with what the state has. It's a melting pot for all nationalities, cultures, and it goes back to immigration period when a lot of these people brought their work and their food, and that's kind of how the college is. And I think it's fabulous. Although you do see that nowadays with the transfer portal, you see that kind of across the country. But from the volleyball team in Hawaii to have national players, to having Australian kickers that are 29 years old, freshmen, to having another kicker that has gotten world recognition from Tokyo, as you mentioned, Kante Matsuzawa. He's a fabulous kid, but he loves Hawaii. I think that's the biggest thing is these kids come to Hawaii not to make the millions of dollars that other players are making elsewhere, but because they love the place and the people and the culture, and that's how it's been for a number of decades.
And Kansei Matsuzawa taught himself how to kick on YouTube?
Yeah, it's a pretty cool story, isn't it? And, he watched a certain NFL player kick field goals. He learned how to do it, put his mind to it, and then, and is doing it.
How long does it take you to get all the names down?
Not long. I'm a Hawaii guy, so I know Hawaii football, and I know the Samoan names, Japanese names, but I know how to pronounce the vowels and all that good stuff. So yeah, not long.
There you go. And you are a jack of all trades. You're not only do you call the play-by-play, but you host a lifestyle show on television. You're involved in a cooking show as well. I mean, you kind of do it all. Give us a little bit of your cooking background. What do you know? Do you have your own dishes that you cook?
Of course. Yes, of course. But I'm not giving away any secrets. My father was a great cook. My grandmother was a fabulous cook. I always thought I was a great cook. But working with the chef that I work with now on this show, now 10 seasons, has been fabulous. We've got our own cookbook out that just came out, and you can get it on mutualpublishing.com or on Amazon. It's called Sam Choi's In the Kitchen Family Recipes. It's a great show. We go into people's houses and we make new meals out of leftovers, and it's just been fabulous for us. It's a lot of fun. I can't complain about anything I do. I'm busy, but it's a good busy.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. And before we let you go, obviously the Wildcats got a new offensive lineman in Kaena DeCambra from Hawaii, who's played 30 games there with the Rainbow Warriors. What were your thoughts on him as a player there?
I thought he was a good player. I thought he was really good. I think he's only gotten better now that he's moved over to Arizona. I think he did the right thing for himself because he's one of those players that needed that national recognition, and whether or not he was getting it in Hawaii or not, it's one of those things, you feel sad that a guy leaves and goes to another program and then you end up playing him. But I can tell you that the guys are motivated, whether or not he's on the offensive line or not. Our defense is motivated to win games and play hard, and especially on the road. And I like Kaena. He was a good kid. He was a good player for Hawaii. he made the right move, and so be it. There's other players around the country that have left Hawaii to play at other programs, and so you wish them the best, and you cheer for them when they're not playing Hawaii.
There you go. Well, John, best of luck to you and your brother Mark. Have a great call on Saturday night, Arizona and Hawaii, and looking forward to kind of watching this Rainbow Warriors team as you guys progress through the rest of this season.
Thank you so much, and I know it's not popular on Arizona radio, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. Go Bows.
There you go. There you go. John Venneri, the voice of the Rainbow Warriors. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported, Alvernon and Valencia and Alvernon, Harrison and Escalante, Campbell and Fort Lowell, Benson Highway and Park Avenue, a little bit of slowing at that intersection, and also busy for northbound Keno Parkway near I-10 due to road work. Slight chance of rain into this evening, 101 through the weekend and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. At Robert Half, they found that 67% of companies want to increase contract talent. That's why their recruiters' expertise and award-winning AI work quickly to find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Back to UberTube expert Eugene Snurkle and his best friend Doug.
Eugene, is it true you can't fix your car's air conditioning, so you're moving to Alaska or the North Pole or something?
Sorry, Doug. I meant to tell you, but I just can't seem to crack the code on fixing my car's AC.
Sorry to interrupt, Eugene, but we all know how this needs to end with a trip to Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Hi folks, Sean Furrier here with some sizzling summer specials. Besides the chilly prices on AC repair and big tire rebates, we've also got Duramax 5-year free replacement batteries on sale this month with a $25 installation credit. That means free installation for most cars and trucks.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yes, Doug, an extremely tough battery built for Arizona, and you can be extremely confident in the Duramax 5-year free replacement guarantee. So for award-winning service, call or stop by one of our 14 area locations or make an appointment online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it! Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco.
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400, AZROC 214570.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
This is Andrew Bogish with a Sports Minute sponsored by Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Find a store at metalsupermarkets.com. I don't care what Kenny Clark and 2 first-round picks become in Dallas. Micah Parsons should still be a Dallas Cowboy. Jerry Jones picked a fight with his best player for no reason, and now his team is worse than it was yesterday, and we can't trust him to use those picks well. I'm Andrew Bogish.
When you've got real work to do, Metal Supermarkets will help you get it done fast. With a huge variety of metals in stock, we can help no matter what job comes your way. And all it takes is a few clicks. We make buying metal online easy so you can spend less time shopping and more time getting things done. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience stores for metal. Place an order online today at metalsupermarkets.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Last night, we had Braves, Phillies over 9.5 runs scored, and one man nearly did that all by himself.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Schwarber. And the pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, left field. Profar turning, going back, looking up, and it is gone. It's a 3-homer game for Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, that was the 5th inning, which means Kyle Schwarber was not done yet.
But everybody looking for history from Kyle Schwarber. The 1-2 on the way. Swung on, hit deep right field, and there's history for Schwarber. It's his 4th home run of the night as Kyle Schwarber becomes the first Philly since Michael Jack Schmidt to hit 4 homers in a game.
21st player in baseball history to hit 4 home runs in one game. 2nd at least this season, maybe 3rd, because I'm not sure if Cal Raleigh has had a 4 home run game this year, but we know that Eugenio Suarez for the Snakes hit 4 home runs this year in a game. So the 21st to do it in Major League history, 9 runs batted in. So 9 runs batted in on a line that was 9.5 on the over-under. We cleared that one fairly easily. Final score, Phillies 19, Braves 4.
Nick Kurtz did.
I knew somebody else had done it.
on July 25th.
Yeah, the A's young slugger.
The coolest aspect of last night's game, DK, are you familiar with Abbott Elementary?
I've not. I know the show. I've maybe seen it a couple of times.
You should watch it because it's based in Philadelphia and it's Quinta Brunson. She's really funny. Well, last night, DK, they were filming for a season 5 episode.
Are you serious?
In the ballpark. Could you imagine? How many TV shows have we seen where they film a live sporting event that is just some ho-hum random, average Tuesday type of day at the ballpark? They were filming for their show, which is based, again, they're teachers, elementary teachers based in Philadelphia, at that game where Schwarber hit the 4 home runs. So I'm sure that episode, when it eventually comes out 3 years from now, or however long it takes to make TV production work, is going to be a little extra special.
4 for 6 with Schwarber. Takes the outright National League home run lead. He's got 49. He is just 1 away from Cal Raleigh, who we played that earlier this week, hit his 50th home run of the season. Schwarber leads the major leagues. He has driven in a career high 119 runs. You heard the voice of the Phillies there. I think it's Scott Lawler is his name. Said that he's the first to do it in Philadelphia since Michael Jack Schmidt hit 4 home runs against the Cubs. That was exactly 1976. So that was 49 years ago, the last time a Philadelphia Philly did that. But if I'm not mistaken, he's the 4th Philly all time. So there have been 2 other guys beside him and Mike Schmidt who have hit 4 home runs in a game for the Philadelphia Phillies. I think I had that list somewhere, but I don't have it with me right now. But we covered on that.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, Chuck Klein.
1936.
Okay. And Ed Delante in 1896.
There you go.
1896.
There you go. So, again, we asked this question. I think we asked the question. I don't know if it was Schwarber when we said, is anybody creeping up on Shohei in the National League? But a lot of people believe this might be the guy. If there's anybody that's going to win the National League MVP not named Shohei Ohtani, it's probably going to be Kyle Schwarber with what he has done this year. Unbelievable. Now, 333 career home runs between his 2 stops in Chicago and Philadelphia.
248.
248. That would be
his batting average. So whenever I think of MVPs, and obviously, the power numbers is what everybody talks about, but I'll go look at the ancillary stats and see if those voters might have something to disagree with.
So we won
248.
Yeah, so we won with that game last night. We also won with South Florida, who put a butt whooping on Boise State. Did you see that fake punt that they had in that game?
I did.
So apparently they got it was not the punter, it was the backup quarterback. Like, how do you not see the backup quarterback back there to field a punt and I don't know, I'd have to look a little further, but I don't remember hearing that the backup quarterback was also the team's punter, so that you think that had been a little bit unusual that you got the backup quarterback in there, and the Bulls threw a touchdown. But because that was a close game at that point. It was 10-7 in the third quarter when they executed that fake punt to go up 17-7, and after that it was a wash. As the Bulls blew out number 25 Boise State.
I wonder if he has any history as a punter. Maybe they just thought, hey, their punter's hurt. He's like the backup on the depth chart or something.
Possible.
Lachlan Hewlett.
Yeah. We did lose last night. We had Stony Brook plus 19.5 over San Diego State, and San Diego State absolutely creamed Stony Brook. So the prognosticators did not get that one right even closely last night. Big win for San Diego State, although the thing that stood out to me about that game last night was that there was nobody there. There was like the announced attendance. So that you'll remember, they built that brand new stadium, which we helped them open a few years ago when Arizona played there. I think that was the first game of the Jedd Fisch era, maybe, that we played there against San Diego State. Either that was the first game of Jedd Fisch or the first game of the 10-win season. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. But there was like 21,000 people there. So apparently, if you build it there, they will come. Not so much in San Diego, as there was like empty seats all over the place. Now, apparently it did fill up. This was something, there was a video that was put out right at kickoff. So I don't know, maybe it's like Los Angeles, late arriving crowd. I mean, literally when that game started, it looked like there was maybe 10,000 people there.
It says 20. Oh, just over 20 was was the official. That's what they say. I've had a lot of family live in San Diego, DK, and one thing I do know is that when the Padres got it going good, then they are all about it. And I had to look it up, and the Padres are not in town. They're out of town. They're on the road. So that's not the excuse for the San Diego State Aztecs crowd yesterday.
Not at all. Not at all. So we lost on that game. We won on 2 last night. Let's find out. I think let's keep betting with the Phillies. What do we got tonight?
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Play of the day is the Phillies on the run line at plus 118. Ranger Suarez has been electric in his last 2 starts for Philly. 2 starts, 13 innings, only 2 earned runs, and 21 strikeouts. Plus, he's backed by a Philly offense that just put up 19 runs last game and ranked second in all of baseball in home offense. The Brave starter, meanwhile, Bryce Elder, has a 6 ERA. Bet smarter, beat the books, download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
All right, so you got the Phillies on the run line tonight, -1.5. This game just got started, so let me just see what you can do. You can still get Phillies on the run line at -1.5, and it's actually gone up. So you're actually getting it at a better odd than we had it earlier We had it earlier at -110. Plus 110. And now it's plus 120. So you can go get that right now. Go get Phillies -1.5 at home against the Braves. I mean, they've been they put up 19 runs last night. I think what did they do then? I think they got swept by the Mets, though. Yeah, they did not have a good series against the Mets. They lost all 3 of those games. They had a chance to really put that division away, but they couldn't put away the Mets, who swept that series to get back to within 5 games. But the outbreak last night against the Braves, after they scored just 8 runs in 3 games against the Mets. So get on over to Casino del Sol right now and cash that in. Phillies on the run line, -1.5, plus 20 is the play there at the moment. All right, I've got some college football for you this weekend. So take these for what they're worth. Illinois, Western Illinois, the play there is over 63. Illinois, Western Illinois, over 63. Miami is playing Notre Dame. This will be a good game. We've got a couple of really big top 10 matches.
What was that called back in the day in the 80s?
Yeah.
There was a name for that matchup.
We don't want to say that.
Yeah. yeah. Probably best.
Yeah. There were some T-shirts. Let's just put it that way. There were some T-shirts that angered a lot of people. But, yeah, that was a great rivalry back in the day for I don't know how many years they played. But Miami plus 2.5 over Notre Dame at -110 is the play there. LSU, this is another good game. LSU plus 3.5 over Clemson. That's also at -110 at BetMGM. And then the big game tomorrow, Ohio State and Texas. At home are the Buckeyes. Buckeyes -1 over Texas. That game right now at -105.
Are we already seeing the changes in scheduling for preseason? Because they've obviously made an emphasis for the college football playoff, where your preseason non-conference schedule, because it's going to be what do they call it? It's no longer the seeding won't be based on conference champions. It's going to be
seeding.
Yeah, it's going to be based on your record nationally.
Exactly.
So you're going to start seeing. I mean, obviously it's not that quick of a turnaround. It's only been 5 months, 6 months since that decision went official. But DK, I mean, some of these matchups we're seeing in the first couple of weeks, I don't remember seeing so many good prime, games this early in the season. It's not usually till week 2 or 3.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like there's a few more than normal for sure, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Wanting to get those points, strength of schedule, like you said, points on your docket.
I mean, I don't know of any number 1 team versus number 3 team out of conference in week 1 and in recent memory.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, we in fact, Brent Brennan brought that up at his press conference earlier this week. So, I mean, when somebody asked him about the possibility of maybe a rivalry series between Hawaii and Arizona because of the Dick Tomey connection. And there was a Dick Tomey trophy that Hawaii and San Jose State played for, because those were 2 other schools that Dick Tomey had also coached at San Jose State. But Hawaii and San Jose State were in the same conference in the WAC. They played every year, so that made sense. The next game between U of A and Hawaii is not going to be until 2029.
I loved that answer that he gave, because it was quite simply, you need to be able to exchange the trophy back and forth every year.
Exactly. And then he reverted and said, well, at least play for it every year because obviously you don't want to have
Some
to give
rivalries
it
are a
back.
little lopsided.
Yeah, you don't want to have to give it back every other year if you don't have to, if you can control that. All right, I do have a couple of futures for you, college futures, as the season gets going. LSU over 8.5 wins. Ryan Horvat over at BetMGM Network likes that, and you can get plus money right now on that one there. So, again, what's the coach there? Kelly. Coach Kelly needs to start winning some games down there for sure.
They got Clemson.
Yeah.
That's their first game.
Yeah. And Texas to win the SEC. So we'll see. Texas only in their second year in the SEC, and they're already picked with Arch Manning to win that conference. Those are the two futures we have on the college side. We still have a bunch of NFL futures. We'll get to more of those. We're gonna have to roll those out pretty quick next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because we got a game Thursday night, Dallas and Philadelphia.
Real quick, we haven't talked about Deion's comments and Coach Saban's comments this week on football, college football, and having the playoffs factor in non-conference. Their take was you should give an incentive, a playoff share, like you have in professional sports, to college athletes individually should they make college football playoff rounds.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Again, I think Deion has been at the forefront of trying to get college football to be more National Football League-like, and I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that at all. I think, we're starting to see, what did we talked about this last year? We're starting to see these tournaments, which are basically just NIL tournaments.
Yeah.
Where players are getting payouts, with, especially in basketball, where there are a bunch of tournaments in the non-conference that are like that. So it makes total sense.
I think logically, you see a lot of players sit out if they're on NFL draft boards and they're not in a major bowl, right? We see that in the bowl season. However, if your team is one of those 12 that has a chance to hold a trophy up at the end of the year, DK, I would hope that was enough of a carrot to get you motivated to get out there and a couple extra push-ups or whatever it takes to get that team over the hump. But if it's, an extra $50K or whatever in the pocket of a player for making that, logically it makes sense. Revenue sharings are on the horizon, so you might as well give them those bonuses as well for getting that deep into the season.
DK on the sports tip, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Hour number 1 in the books. We'll talk some Arizona Wildcat football with Michael Lev coming up in the second half of this next hour. And then in the 5 o'clock hour, get you ready for some high school football tonight around Southern Arizona. It is the first weekend in which everybody is on the field. We had some games last night. Congratulations to the kids from my neighborhood. Catalina Foothills getting a win to start the season, 21-17. First ever victory over Ironwood Ridge. Daniel Sines back on the sideline as the head coach of the Falcons. He had stepped away last year to focus on some of his Air Force duties as well as be the offensive coordinator over at Cienega, but he's back leading the Falcons, and the Falcons win their opener last night. If you missed any of the highlights, head on over to our Twitter account, Wildcats Radio 1290 right now, and check out what Isaac Kirkendall, their quarterback, did last night. He was the first guy, maybe second of the season to be what I like to categorize Friday night lit, even though it was Thursday. DK on the sports tip, you're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported Speedway Boulevard east of Rosemont, Alvernon and Valencia, Harrison and Escalante. Campbell and Fort Lowell, and also Benson Highway and Park Avenue, some slowing at that intersection. And also we've got some busy travel on westbound Ajo approaching Mission Road. Slight chance of showers into the evening, 101 through the weekend and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. This Labor Day at Lowe's, shop member-only doorbuster deals for a limited time. Save $50 on an Eagle string trimmer, now $169. Plus, get 50% off select Holland pavers, valid through 9/1. While supplies last. Program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/terms, subject to change.
This Labor Day weekend, flip the switch to electric at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Get the 2024 Silverado EV starting at just $57,800 with your approved credit. All electric power, legendary performance, and extra savings. Since tax incentives run out September 30th, why don't you run out and get one now? Come see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. This Labor Day weekend at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia. When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. It makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text LEARN to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text LEARN to 323232 right now. Text LEARN to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's LEARN to 323232. Text LEARN to 323232 now.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops, and 2-in-1s. Plus, get savings on select accessories, free shipping, and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Save today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. What does it take to work for Arizona Athletics?
Whenever we hire anyone, we talk about high, low, high. High character, low ego, high outcome and energy.
We are your home for U of A Sports. Wildcats Radio, 1290.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It is the first weekend of the season for 2 of the squads at Arizona Athletics in the fall. The football team taking on Hawaii tomorrow night. 7:30 kickoff at the stadium. We normally would call this Bear Down Friday, but that doesn't really exist anymore. We are in studio. There's no parade on the avenue or the boulevard tonight. Katy Perry will not be there. Nobody will be there.
Think any girls
tonight.
are going to kiss each other tonight on campus?
I don't want to venture to wonder. I'd like to not venture to wonder that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of kissing on campus the first weekend of the football season as everybody is excited about seeing their Wildcats take on the Rainbow Warriors. Arizona Volleyball will open their season tonight in just a little under 2 hours. 6 o'clock will be the start time for Arizona and Alabama State out of the SWAC tonight at McHale Center. First game of the season for the ladies. They'll play 3 games in the Wildcat Classic this weekend, 3 matches. Alabama State tonight, Texas A&M Corpus Christi on Saturday, and then Fresno State, the Bulldogs, on Sunday to begin the season. This will be the only home tournament of the year for the Arizona volleyball team. They'll head out on the road the next 2 weekends, so get out there and see them this weekend, and you can do so early tomorrow, 12:30, before tailgating begins out on the malls. We get you set for a 7:30 late start time for Arizona football tomorrow night. Now, the weekend began last night for your Arizona soccer team on the road at a familiar foe.
And taken away, right here it's Ike, right side through the hole, and Jasmine Ike is a sharpshooter.
I don't know if there are words.
Yeah, we were saying a whole lot of words after that because the things got progressively worse for your Arizona Wildcats against the #1 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal.
Through ball ahead. It's over to Collier, who shoots and scores. 7 yards out, the beautiful feed from Ali Montoya, and just like that, it's 2-0 Cardinal. And it's still with Stanford outside the box. Far shot, and it finds the far post. The Cardinal have just kept pushing, and they do it again. It's Shay Harvey sending that ball away from, 25 yards out?
Probably more. I'm going to go more like 30, 35. Yeah. Here's Kitahara. Kohler. Charlotte Kohler! My goodness, a perfect touch and a perfect shot. Smith will play with Jung in the corner. Now the cross. Far post. Ike! You can't draw it up any better on the training ground.
Yeah, back to the drawing board for the Arizona Wildcats, who had not allowed a goal all season in their first 3 matches. They give up 6. That's a blowout in soccer. 6 goals last night for the #1 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal. Brace, if you're not familiar, that's 2 goals. Braces by Jasmine Ike and Charlotte Kohler in the 6-0 win. Stanford outshot Arizona in this match 32-6. 32 shots on goal for the Stanford Cardinal, and they came away with 6 strikes to get the easy win over their former sisters from the Pac-12.
One save.
Yeah.
One save for the Cardinal DK.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, you look on the. I mean, this is one of those matches where you look at the Arizona side and you got 10 saves. You're thinking, man, our goalie was doing it last night. But yeah, when you're facing 32 shots, you're gonna have to save a whole lot of them.
It's so tough because, I mean, obviously they're trying to play a possession style of game, and if you're playing against a team with that high of caliber of players, DK, if you don't maintain possession and they can get loose, I mean, that can go downhill pretty fast. Did not take Stanford long. I think 12 minutes in, they were already up 2-0.
Yeah, they had 3 goals within the first 17 minutes of that match last night up in Palo Alto. So,
I will say one other thing. Whoever's in charge of the Stanford Cardinal play-by-play soccer microphones might want to turn them down just a tiny bit.
Yeah. It was. I think that was on the ACC network. Probably their announcers, though, much like what we have with ESPN Plus, hometown announcers. So that game Sunday, they'll play Cal, so they'll go to the other side of the bay like they normally would have. So it's kind of almost like an old Pac-12
so nostalgic.
Exactly. I'm sure there's probably a few girls still on the team, a few seniors, those seniors that remember what the life in the Pac-12 was like. It's going to be, and you know, it's going to be weird as we get further away, and there's going to be players that really don't have any knowledge of having to go into those Pac-12 environments.
It's weird for me because I think they joined the Pac 2 years after I was born, and obviously just left 2 years ago. And so, 47 years or whatever, it's so ingrained in my brain. I don't think of Cal without thinking of Stanford. I don't think of Washington without Washington State, Oregon State. They're all duos in my brain because of how imprinted that is, of all those different road trips where you would play both schools in the way the old Pac-10 and Pac-12 worked.
Here's a trivia question for you.
Okay.
Stanford and Arizona have now played 25 times in soccer.
Okay.
How many times has Arizona won a game?
Oof, man. I mean, can't be very many just because Stanford's always been great. I'll give them like 6, 7.
One.
Yeah.
One time.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah, 2021. That would have been, that was the COVID. That was the COVID spring of 2021. So U of A beat Stanford here in Tucson 2-1, which is interesting because Stanford was one of those schools that really never got going. I mean, they competed in that COVID spring of 21, but I remember that I think volleyball, U of A volleyball, swept them at home, which, was almost unheard of for U of A volleyball to
They had
sweep
different
Stanford.
rules in California at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the universities, they didn't function the same way a lot of the
They
other
could
state
not. They
universities
really
did.
could not. They really could not get out and do a lot of pre-prep for, literally, I think, like the volleyball team, I think they practiced for like a week and they were playing games. So it was very, very short time frame. Same with soccer. So that's the only time that the Wildcats have ever beaten the Stanford Cardinal. They, in the last, let me see how many this is, 4, in the last 10 matches, Arizona has scored a grand total of 4 goals in 10 matches against the Stanford Cardinal. So again, not an easy team to go up against, but a good competitive opportunity for the Arizona Wildcats this weekend because they're going to need. If they play well, it goes back to what we're talking about in that first segment. If they play well in the Big 12, this loss to Stanford will, even though it was by 6 goals, will look and have some stature to it when you get into those meetings. Because again, Arizona was one of those teams just barely on the outside of the bubble on the soccer side as well as the volleyball side last year of not getting into the NCAA tournament. Even a 6-0 loss to Stanford, if you have a good year in the Big 12, could be one of those things that helps you get in.
Oh, yeah. Strength of schedule is everything, and especially on the road, DK. If you're willing to go to some of these tougher venues, the committee always takes that into account.
California is next for the ladies of the pitch. They will be on the road and play the Golden Bears. That'll be coming up for you on Sunday. Again, that game will be on the ACC network as well. It is a 1 p.m. kickoff there, 1 p.m. kickoff in Berkeley. So check out the ladies. Hopefully they can come back and get things going.
The
on
Bears
Sunday.
somehow already have 2 ties.
2 ties?
Yeah, they're 2-1-1 on the season.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, 2-1-2 on the season.
2-1-2.
They tied 0-0 to Cal State Fullerton and also had a tie versus Utah Valley.
All right, so maybe there's an opportunity possibly to sneak one out there and make it a good weekend. Anytime you can go on the road and get a split, that's a good thing for sure.
They actually tied their only exhibition game, too, against St. Mary's. So they're really all about that, finishing those games even.
All right, stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Listen to Arizona Wildcats play-by-play. It starts tomorrow with Brian Jeffries, who will be on the call at 7:30. U of A and Hawaii. Get the latest news on all your teams and more. It's all in one place. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store or Google Play. We'll have your football preview up probably later this evening after midnight. And everything you need to know. If you missed Wildcat Breakdown with Glenn Howell and I, you can find that on the app as well as over on our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. The Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions. Show the Wildcats Radio 1290 crew your app on your phone, and they will tell you how you can enter to win $100. Only at official stops. Visit wildcatsradio1290.com/win money to see what's coming up. The Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Download it. And it's sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions.
You know who Brian Jeffries' favorite person ever is?
Who's that? Oh, is it Cricket?
I love Brian. I've known Brian a long time.
Long time.
I just adore that guy.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
He's a good guy. He is a good guy.
Genuine.
For sure.
Mhm.
39. This is his 39th year.
Really?
Yes.
Trying to think when I met him.
39th year doing the games.
I probably met him maybe like 34, 30.
Wow.
34-ish years ago, maybe 35 years ago, a long
Okay.
time. I was
So
just a baby
what was
in
he
radio.
like? What was he like as a young man?
Just the exact same guy. So nice. Like I was a receptionist where he worked, and
Okay.
people were mean to the receptionist. Rude phone calls. He was like the nicest person to me from day one.
Okay.
Just so nice and sweet and genuine, and oh, what a great guy. And his wife is very sweet too.
Yes, she is. Melissa.
I've known him longer than his kids have known him.
Right.
Yeah.
That is true because they just got out of college a few years ago. So
He's such a genuine, great guy and so super talented.
you can hear him tomorrow night right here starting at 7:30, Wildcats and Rainbows. That is just one thing happening in Southern Arizona because it is a long weekend. Woo! Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm going to be at the pool on Sunday celebrating my wife's birthday. We're having a pool party at the complex.
She's tubing.
Yeah, she's tubing today. Hopefully everything's going well and safe. I haven't gotten any text from any law enforcement or anything like that.
Like Cricket
Goodness.
said, you just got to get your cooler. Make sure your cooler's attached tight to
Yeah,
that thing.
exactly. I have to ask her if they did that. I have to ask. I didn't get a chance to ask her that because they had to get up early, so they were in bed by the time I got home last night. So yeah, I have to ask her if they tied the cooler to something. What else is happening this weekend around Southern Arizona, Cricket?
Well, for the Wildcats, you can ring in the new school year tonight, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Big party at Hotel Congress. There'll be DJs and live vendors, giveaways, and a mechanical bull.
Okay, so there's no Bear Down Friday, but there's a party at Hotel Congress.
Yes.
Okay, what's it called?
It's just ringing the new year
Ring
for the
in New Year
Wildcats.
For the Wildcats?
Yep.
Okay, all right, there you go.
So some fun there. Through Sunday, Tucson Comic-Con at the TCC, which, of course, the fans will recreate their favorite fictional characters, their costumes.
Have you ever done that?
I have never done that.
You're not a Comic-Con?
No.
No, I've never dressed up. I mean, I did that, for Halloween as a kid, but not like at a convention or anything like that. But
If you do, you got to combine two different pop culture references together. That's the best way to do it.
There you go.
The most interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like what's the coolest? You remember like one that you remember seeing that you liked? Because people did that for Halloween too, right? They do references versus actual costumes. Isn't that what they do?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so let's find out what else is happening.
And tomorrow night, the last night of the Cool Summer Nights at Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. That's the last nighttime event of the season. And on Sunday, the Los Vitos Labor Day Kickback Car Show at Maynard's on Toole Avenue, 5 to 9 p.m. on Sundays with this Sunday with classic cars, choppers, and even low riders.
Oh, have you ever been in a car that bounced?
Yes.
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 What was that like for you?
Back in the day when we were like 18 before we can get into bars, everyone would cruise Speedway. You just drive up and down Speedway, and it would be everything from like muscle cars to lowriders. And I just thought that was so cool. And I'm like, can you make the thing do the thing? And I was like, cool, can I sit in the thing while it does that thing?
Sure, come sit in the. We'll bounce all the way down the street. So like that was what years would that have been?
All of them.
All years.
Every single
70s.
year.
Yeah, 70s.
Yeah,
we were doing this in
Speedway.
the
When
90s.
did they end that then?
When
did
the
that
internet
end?
was invented, DK.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
before
that's fair.
then,
So-
that's all kids did
was
cruise
Speedway.
They still have meetups, but what I hear are the rocket, like the import motorcycles. I hear those meetups. You
Yeah.
can hear them like a mile away.
Okay.
So I think some kids are still doing meetups, but maybe just in a different vehicle.
All right, Cricket will have more of what's happening here in Southern Arizona coming up for you in the 5 o'clock hour. Right now, she's getting you home to your Labor Day weekend.
And from the Auto Nation, Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Collisions reported Broadway east of Craycroft, Broadway and Chantilly, Speedway in Rosemont, Alvernon and Valencia, and also Benson Highway and Park Avenue. Slowing on westbound Ajo, approaching Mission. Some busy traffic on Keno Parkway near I-10 for road work. There is a very slight chance of rain into the evening, 101 through the weekend at 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. This Labor Day at Lowe's, get up to 40% off select major appliances, plus get next-day delivery on hundreds of appliances. Valid on eligible in-stock orders through 9/10/25. Selection varies by location. Order by 4 p.m. subject to product and driver availability. Fees based on purchase. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
The monsoon season is here, and Pixrock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing wants you to beat the heat and keep cool all summer long. Now through the end of August, we are offering a $49 diagnostic special. Our highly trained AC technicians are ready to battle the intense summer heat, so you don't have to. Call us at 520-492-0748 or PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Back to UberTube expert Eugene Snurkle and his best friend Doug.
Eugene, is it true you can't fix your car's air conditioning, so you're moving to Alaska or the North Pole or something?
Sorry, Doug. I meant to tell you, but I just can't seem to crack the code on fixing my car's AC.
Sorry to interrupt, Eugene, but we all know how this needs to end with a trip to Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Hi folks, Sean Furrier here with some sizzling summer specials. Besides the chilly prices on AC repair and big tire rebates, we've also got Duramax 5-year free replacement batteries on sale this month with a $25 installation credit. That means free installation for most cars and trucks.
Seems a bit extreme.
Yes, Doug, an extremely tough battery built for Arizona, and you can be extremely confident in the Duramax 5-year free replacement guarantee. So for award-winning service, call or stop by one of our 14 area locations or make an appointment online. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
With NFL Plus, keep the NFL in reach. Stream live out-of-market preseason games, live local and primetime games on mobile during the regular and postseason, and NFL Network, including 7 exclusive live games. With NFL Plus Premium, watch every touchdown every Sunday afternoon during the regular season on NFL Red Zone. And for a limited time, save 20% on an annual NFL Plus Premium subscription. Offer ends September 15th. Sign up today at plus.nfl.com/radio. Terms and conditions apply.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
Hey, you! We've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here. You're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
We bring you all the news and stories of your Arizona Wildcats. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Wildcats Radio 1290 for the latest highlights and commentary. Your home for U of A athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
I'm Chris Sylvester with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. A blockbuster trade in the NFL Thursday. The Cowboys trading pass rusher Micah Parsons to the Packers in exchange for 2 first-round picks, a third-rounder and veteran linebacker Kenny Clark, according to NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, and NFL Network's Jane Slater. Parsons, who's been a hold-in since the start of training camp while seeking a new deal, publicly requested a trade weeks ago. He now gets his payday, 4 years, $188 million contract with $136 million guaranteed, making him the highest-paid non-quarterback in league history. Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones saying, quote, "We did think it was in the best interest of our organization to trade the player." Jones added the draft picks the team will get for Parsons could give them as few as 4 or as many as 5 outstanding players. The Cowboys host the Packers on September 28th. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. So glad that you are joining us on your drive home to the holiday weekend, Labor Day weekend. Lots of grilling, the unofficial end of the summer. As we get into September, it was back when I was growing up, and it's still like this on a large part of the East Coast. School hasn't started yet, but usually starts the day after Labor Day, so the final weekend for a lot of kids in the East who will have to go back to school on Tuesday. But, of course, our kids have been in school for a long time. High school football tonight. We'll dive into that coming up as well a little bit later in our show. There were some games last night. I mentioned that Catalina Foothills got their first win of the season, beating Ironwood Ridge last night. Micah Mountain began defense of their conference for a championship with a victory over a Poston Butte. Jay Campos, longtime head coach at Sabino, is now the boss over at Micah Mountain, and so they get a win after winning a state championship in Conference 4A last year in just their 4th year of varsity football play. They actually had to stop the game. I mean, last night, if you were looking to the south last evening, you saw a lot of lightning and lights in the sky and that kind of thing. And so the game down in Sahuarita between Sahuarita and Walden Grove, they had to postpone that game. I believe they got a little bit into the first quarter when they had to stop things, and so they're going to play that game tonight and continue it, as well as a bunch of other games. We'll get to the full schedule coming up for you a little bit later. That game was 8-7. 8-7, Walden Grove was winning in the second quarter when they had to stop it, and they'll recontinue that game tonight down in Sahuarita. Also, last night, in the WNBA, the Phoenix Mercury get a win, another win, as they inch closer to the postseason. At home against the Chicago Sky. Wasn't maybe as easy as you would have thought, considering the Sky have only 9 wins this season. But the ladies nonetheless pull off the victory, 83-79. Kalia Copper, whose birthday, 31st birthday was yesterday, scored 28 points. Nothing like having a great game. Did you ever play on your birthday, J-Dub, basketball?
No, my birthday's in the late spring.
So it didn't fall during the season. That's pretty cool, though, when you can have a really good game on your birthday.
I
like
definitely took some people's lunch money on the blacktop on my birthday. Just there wasn't a sanctioned game and there weren't any referees involved. No.
Okay. We talk about triple doubles. How about the first career double-double for Natasha Mack last night? 10 points, 12 rebounds, 83-79 was the final. Mercury had 17 steals in the game. DeWanna Bonner had 5 of those. They also had 11 blocked shots in the game. And it was the 15th sellout last night at PHX Arena. 15th sellout.
They wanted to see if Angel Reese could get 20 rebounds.
Yeah. What did she?
She got 20
finish
rebounds.
With? Did she finish with 20 rebounds?
She did, yes.
There you go. That's what she does. She rebounds the basketball, for sure. They had third straight sellout, 5th in 6 games, and they're tied for 3rd in sellouts with 6 games to play in the season for this Phoenix Mercury club. Let's hear from a few of the ladies after the game. We had Natasha Mack, who I mentioned, got a double-double, and the birthday girl, Kalia Copper, 28 points on her 31st birthday.
So I have a question for the both of you about Alyssa Thomas. She has made winning.
She's very important. I mean, like, she is very important. Yeah, she's very important. I mean, like, what? She's very important. Like, we need her. Like, we go as she go. She get us going. She's literally everything for us. Literally, that.
Called the engine for a reason.
Coach was telling us that it was your idea behind him wearing the suit tonight.
I'm mad at him right now.
Is that something you would like to see him do throughout the remainder of the season?
I would definitely like to see that more, but yeah, it was just my idea, just something different. Like, I just got tired of seeing them in sweats. Like, and it was my birthday. Like, I'm like, I want to see y'all. Like, go dress up, go find y'all something nice. And I want to see y'all at y'all best. Like, yeah, for my birthday. Yeah, so yes, they did that. I appreciate that.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Mac, your first career double-double. Congratulations. But pretty ridiculous stat line all the way around. How'd you get it done tonight? Just went out there and had fun. Did what I was supposed to do. You know, just started having confidence and believing in myself. You know, especially when I got the birthday girl telling me, yeah, Mac. So, yeah, I was lit.
For both of you, what have you learned at this point in the season? Are you still learning something new every single time you step onto the floor?
I mean, you just can't take a night off. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if they're in the playoffs or if they're not. Like, you got to bring it every single night. It's not always going to be pretty, you know. It's not. You're not just going to win games and it's going to be perfect. Like, sometimes you got to figure it out, and that's what the playoffs are going to be like. Figuring it out when you can't hit shots, figuring it out when you're turning it over. So. Just a shout out to us as staying composed and executing down the stretch, which is very important, and making big time plays.
You were very aggressive as a driver tonight in particular. Just what did you see the way they were playing that allowed you to get downhill?
I think our spacing was great. Our screening was great, our angles were great. So all of those things play a factor into it, and I think that we just did a good job of just working together.
And Mac, do you notice it when the honking and all that, and you're on the court?
She noticed it, yeah. Yeah, she noticed it. She don't miss it. Here. Mm-hmm. I do.
And can you guys just speak to what the X factor means in a close game? Is crowd participation really something that can help you get over the edge?
1,000%. I think the X factor is number one in the league, period. I think it's very hard to play here. I think our fans are very engaged, whether we're doing good or not. I mean, I think they were incredible in the beginning when we weren't really playing well, but down the stretch it was very important. They were extra loud, talking trash, getting with the refs, everything. So just a shout out to the X Factor.
Natasha, you had 10 and 9 for a while. Were you keeping an eye on that, just knowing that you could get that double-double?
Yes and no. I was like, it could happen. I was like, well, if it don't, it ain't meant to be. So I was like, well, it is what it is.
When you got that 10th, what was going through your head?
I was like, finally. Hey, I don't know how AT get triple doubles every night. That's hard.
Kalia, Natasha, can y'all speak to when y'all are kind of able to play so much in transition because of the activity that y'all have across lineups on defense?
I think that's what we want to do. We want our defense to power our offense. You know, it's just a little bit easier, you know, deflating them, getting deflections, getting steals, and then just running it down the other side.
Yeah. But really, it's a great thing when you can just play and go and don't have to think about plays or being in the right spot. You just got to know your personnel.
Kalia, is it extra special for you to almost equal your age on your birthday?
Yeah, but it's also 28 on the 28th, so I'll take that too.
Those were the Phoenix Mercury, Kalia Copper and Natasha Mack after the game last night. It was a win, 83-79 over the Chicago Sky, and the ladies will be back out. So 24-14 is the record right now, and they'll be back out on the floor on Saturday against the New York Liberty. That'll be another home game. So the Liberty will come to town, and they are one of the best teams in the league right now. The Liberty hold the 5th spot, so they are in back of the Mercury by a half game. New York 24-15, Mercury 24-14. So a chance to kind of separate a little bit from the Mercury, from the Liberty. Mercury have now won 3 in a row, but they're not the hottest team. The hottest team continues to be the Las Vegas Aces, who have run off 12 consecutive victories in the WNBA.
Hey, they're champs, right?
They 2-time champs once removed because they lost last year to New York.
Yeah, and they lost Plum, right? So, like, it's not like they're exactly the same team, but they got a lot of champion pedigree there.
They do.
You think she missed her free throw to score 28 exactly?
I don't know.
Scored 28th on the 28th on my birthday.
Yeah.
My favorite was Jordan when he came back from his first retirement.
Right.
And they played Orlando, and Nick said something like, 45 ain't 23. And in the closeout game, he had 45 points on 23 shots.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
My favorite.
When you can do stuff like that, when you're good enough to be able to do stuff like that, you know you're doing something right, for sure. 520-848-1290. We're going to talk some Arizona football. Michael Lev will join us, and we'll get his thoughts on fall camp, the season opener, the celebration of Pacific Island heritage as the Wildcats and Rainbow Warriors will do battle here in Tucson Saturday night. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic and your weather.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions that are reported Broadway east of Craycroft, Broadway and Chantilly, Alvernon and Valencia. Also earlier collision, Benson and Park Avenue and Benson Highway. Seeing slowdowns westbound Speedway Boulevard at Main Avenue and on northbound Keno Parkway near I-10. Slight chance of showers into the evening, 101 through the weekend, and 97 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
Discover luxury at BMW of Tucson, your premier BMW dealership. Explore our extensive inventory, lease specials, and state-of-the-art service. Visit us at the Tucson Auto Mall or at bmwoftucson.com today.
From the shadows of your bathroom comes a villain with 2 pinchers, 1 stinger, and 0 respect for your home.
Scorpions can make your home feel like a scary movie. At Blue Sky Pest Control, we rewrite the script. We keep scorpions out of your home so your story stays drama-free. Call Blue Sky Pest Control today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, scorpions.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on.
My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
Awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
Football season is here. Oh, man. Believe has the podcast to enhance your football experience. From the pros.
One of the most interesting quarterback rooms.
To college.
Michigan is set at 8.5 wins.
To fantasy.
If you feel that way, why didn't you trade him?
Become a better fan and listen to the football podcasts from Believe.
Just search Believe. That's BLEAV podcast.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Bill Ryder with a Sports Minute, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. It is obvious that the Dallas Cowboys' decision to trade Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers is a debacle. But don't forget that the overriding reason this has happened is the ego of Jerry Jones. His need to be front and center, to always be right, is why Jimmy was fired long ago, and why that same tale continues with shipping out one of the best players in football for no reason. I'm Bill Ryder.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time, like car wash. Right now, you can save 20% on the Armor All Complete Car Wash Kit. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Head on over right now to our Twitter account, Wildcats1290. You can vote in our question of the day. Are you disappointed that there is no more, essentially, Bear Down Friday? We've been told there'll be just one this year at homecoming. Right now, 75% of you are saying, no, I hadn't gone to Bear Down Fridays in years. Well, there you go. So as tradition dies, probably because, like those folks that voted, nobody cares. Let's talk some Arizona football. Michael Lev was out at fall camp pretty much every single practice. Got a chance to take a really good look at Brent Brennan's second team. Michael, interested to hear your top takeaways from fall camp and what you saw, what you liked, what concerns you as we go into this game against Hawaii.
Yeah, I think in general, there's a greater sense of unity, togetherness, buy-in, like everyone is rowing in the same direction, which is good. I think the coaching is better on the coordinator level with all three units. I think Danny Gonzalez is best suited to be a defensive coordinator, kind of an overseer, versus the position coach, which he was last year. They have a full-time special teams coach in Craig Nybar, who has impressed everybody. And Seth Gagey, who's young and inexperienced, relatively speaking, as an offensive coordinator, but he's very passionate and determined and smart and confident, and seems to have a really good relationship with Noah Fafita. So those are all positives. The things that concern me the most are both lines, which is kind of, Arizona football every year forever, right? Offensive line, still kind of figuring out who the pieces are with Rhino Tapatotai coming back from injury. They listed him as a co-starter at right tackle. Does that mean that Tristan Bounds is bound to become a swing tackle? I don't know. Michael Wooten starting at guard, that's new. And then on the defensive line, it's just depth is a concern there. Like, I feel pretty good about the top 6 or so, but they wanted to have 9 or 10, and I just don't think that they're there yet.
Yeah. Let me ask you, you mentioned obviously the coordinators. You feel like they're better at all of those positions. I mean, obviously Dwayne Aquina was a guy that everybody loved and had been here before and has coached a lot of football. What do you think the main difference there is between Dwayne Aquina and Danny Gonzalez? I've told people I loved Dwayne Aquina sitting there and then listening to him talk football. I love Danny Gonzalez listening there and sitting him to watch football. Would this have been different? I mean, has the game passed Dwayne Aquina by? Was Dwayne Aquina the victim of the fact that a lot of his best players got hurt last year, and that was part of the defensive struggle? What do you see as the difference there that makes you say that you believe that maybe Gonzalez is better suited than maybe Dwayne Aquina was?
True. Dwayne was definitely hurt by the injuries last year, especially in the secondary. Some really important, experienced, smart football players like Gunnar Maldonado and Traden Stukes going out of the lineup. That really hurt. It was, despite the fact that he had a long career in coaching and is kind of the godfather of defensive backs, he didn't have much defensive coordinator experience. And I thought last year that he was a little stubborn at times about this idea of we're just going to play the best 11 no matter the matchup. I think that Danny Gonzalez is going to be more malleable, that he's going to change the game plan based more on the matchup in a given week. The game that sticks out to me the most was that UCF game last year where they basically stayed in a dime defense against a team that you knew was going to run the ball at them, and they did. They just got physically manhandled. I just don't think that Danny is going to allow that to happen. I go back to there's certain coaches who are just best suited for certain roles, right? Like Norv Turner was a brilliant offensive mind. It was not a great head coach. His lane was being an offensive coordinator. I think Dwayne Aquina's best role is being a defensive backs coach. And I think, based on a few years of doing it, and we'll see how this year goes, I think that Danny Gonzalez's best role is being a defensive coordinator.
We're joined by Michael Lev. He's a columnist for the Arizona Daily Star, covers all things sports here in Southern Arizona, was out of camp all throughout the time. It was interesting. It was a much different camp, I think, than we had seen last year. Even, Brent Brennan said that, the things we had to do, we spent a lot of time trying to convince people to stay last year when they got here. Obviously, the way that the tables turned with Lou Saban's retirement coming maybe a little bit later and the whole wheel of, how that coaching situation played out with Fish leaving, going to Washington, Brennan coming here, and not maybe getting a chance to put together the staff that you might want to put together. But isn't that kind of how it works a lot of times in most organizations? The first year, you're going to, I would think that a lot of staffs, you're going to spend that first year trying to let the kids know who you are so that they can figure out if you're the coach that they want to stick with, or maybe if you are the guy, or if you're not the guy they want to stick with and they want to go somewhere else.
Maybe he didn't feel like he could totally be himself, that he had to be cautious in some ways. He also, we've talked about this before, but like the timeline was very challenging. To come in mid-January when the portal has already been picked over, that's really difficult. There were some guys who were like, kind of on the fence. Takario Davis was in the portal for the entirety of spring practice. I mean, I found that to be very unsettling, right? And that running back, that Jordan Washington, the freshman, he was there for most of the spring and then he left. He obviously, Brent made some mistakes when it came to the way he put together last year's staff, I think mostly with the offensive coordinator position. I just feel like because they had an entire offseason and, one of the positive offshoots of not making a bowl game is you can get started right away on building next year's team. And that portal opens in early December and they hit the ground running. They seem to have a plan. It feels like it's his team now. Whereas last year it was sort of partially his team and partially not.
We're chatting with Michael Lev, Arizona Daily Star. Michael, obviously a lot of what the success of this team is going to be is going to sit on the quarterback. This is an offense that if you looked at it last year and what they did at Marshall, they run a lot with their quarterback. Do you think they're going to do that here? Are we going to see? I mean, Noah Fifita, we haven't really seen him run a ton. I've always said I don't really want my quarterback running a ton. What I said yesterday, though, is that I'll ease that because I trust Noah a little bit more than I've trusted some quarterbacks in the past who I felt like didn't know how to protect themselves when they went on the run. Do you think we're going to see as much running with Noah as we saw them run with their quarterbacks last year at Marshall?
I would say that you're going to see more running than we've become accustomed to with Noah, but less than what we saw at Marshall. So they had this guy named Braylon Braxton, okay? And Pro Football Focus, they chart designed runs versus scrambles. And last year, Braylon Braxton had 112 designed runs and 21 scrambles in 11 games. So he's averaging about like 12 total carries a game, and 85% of those are design runs. In his career, Noah Fifita has 75 rushing attempts, and 58.7% of those are scrambles. So that means only 41.3% were designed. So relatively speaking, very little in the way of design runs. I mean, less than half as many design runs in basically 2 seasons as Braylon Braxton had in 1. So I don't see them running Noah Fifita 10 to 14 times a game, but I could see them using him 5 to 6 times a game. And some of this is, I don't know how much is predetermined when you run a zone read type of concept. Like some of this might just be what he sees out there, like, hey, maybe the defensive end is crashing in and it would behoove me to keep the ball and loop around to the outside. I agree with you too, that I think Noah is smart and he is going to have that kind of Russell Wilson-esque sense of how to protect his body when much bigger people are trying to hit him.
Yeah, it's that's one of the things I'm going to be looking very closely at as we dive in to this season. We're going to have pretty much an entirely new special teams crew when we start this season on Saturday. Michael Salgado Medina wins both the place kicking job and the punting job. Do you think it'll stay that way as we go through this season, or eventually maybe they say we want you to focus on one or the other?
I think it's the latter. I'd be very surprised if he kept both of those jobs for the entirety of the season. I was surprised when I saw the depth chart. It was one of the most surprising things on there.
Yeah.
Frankly, because, look, you're pretty knowledgeable football analyst. I consider myself one too, but we can't really tell what's going on in the lines from that angle down on the field, right, during practice. We can see what's happening with the kickers pretty clearly, right? The ball either goes through, right? Either goes through the goalpost or it doesn't. Like the punt is deep and high or it's not. And I think what gave Michael Salgado Medina the edge was just consistency, in both areas, and maybe a little bit of trusting the known quantity versus the unknown quantity. I thought that Isaac Lovison was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
At times, I like the kind of the variety that he could bring with he could do those Aussie style, a rugby style rollout kicks. If you want him to, I thought he was good at placing the ball. Maybe they just want him to acclimate to the States and acclimate to the U.S. football a little bit before they throw him in there. I talked about with colleagues this idea of using both punters in the first few games, but that would be a negative outcome if you have to punt multiple times, right, against Hawaii and Weber State to the point where there's enough reps for two punters. So
right.
We'll see how that plays out early in the season.
All right. Do you want to say how many wins you have down for Arizona this year?
Yeah, I have them going 6-6, and I can see a path to 7-5. I can see a path to 5-7. What you want to see if you're a fan or you're Desiree Reed-Francois, who has to decide whether Brent Brennan is the guy for the job, you want to see progress, right? Are they better than last year? When they do lose, are the losses more competitive than they were last year, right? I mean, they got blown out a bunch. The only two games where you feel like they maybe could have won were Texas Tech here and West Virginia here. So, what does it look like? How competitive are they? How exciting are they? That's another thing too. It was not only did they lose a lot last year, it was kind of slow and dull at times. Are they going to be high scoring? Are they going to be exciting? Are they going to be fast paced? I think they will be. I think it's going to be a more entertaining product. But I think 6-6 would be a pretty big achievement. I know some people think that's aiming too low, but they've only made one bowl game since the 2017 season. So getting to 6-6 and making a bowl to me would be a good accomplishment.
Are you going out to see any high school football tonight?
I am not. No, I'm focusing on college tonight. I mean, There's two huge games involving Big 12 teams, with Baylor against Auburn and Colorado against Georgia Tech. So as soon as we get off the line here, I'm going to try to set up a couple of screens so I can monitor both of those.
Multi-screening. Michael Lev dropping the scramble numbers today. I love it. Michael, always appreciate the chance to hear from you.
Thank you, David.
Michael Lev, he's the columnist for the Arizona Daily Star. Be sure to check out all of his writings at the Tucson, I believe it's TucsonStar.com. I never get all my websites right in all of those. Tucson.com, Arizona Daily Star. You can also follow him on the Twitter, as we all do, at Michael J. Lev. All right, DK on the sports tip. 2 hours in the books. 1 hour to go. We'll focus on some high school football. Javier Morales is going to be at a game tonight. We'll talk to him, find out what game he is going to be at. He told me he's not going to be at Marana and South Point Catholic. He'll be at another game. So we'll find out what game that's going to be. If you want to hear from the Marana Tigers, head on over to our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. Sat down with 3 members of the football team and the head coach. You can find both those interviews with the players and head coach Philip Stewart over on our website, wildcatsradio1290.com, as well as on our app. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. Closures at I-10 in Keno for road work, the eastbound I-10 off-ramp to northbound Keno Parkway, and the southbound Keno Parkway on-ramp to eastbound I-10 closed. Detour on Keno south of I-10. Collisions reported Broadway east of Craycroft at Broadway and Chantilly, and a collision at Broadway and Swan. There is a very slight chance of rain into the evening, 101 through the weekend, and 96 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Need better sleep? This Labor Day weekend, upgrade to premium sleep at Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Let their sleep experts match you with the perfect bed and get the rest you deserve. They make sleep easy.
Hi, you know me, Scott Lehman from ScottSaysYes.com. Check out this month's Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar powered by Premier Auto Center. Visit the Wildcats Radio 1290 Community Calendar at wildcatsradio1290.com to find out what community events are coming up in the Tucson area. You can also find Wildcats Radio 1290 events, upcoming sporting events, and more. Get the details and get involved with our community at wildcatsradio1290.com. Go to ScottSaysYes.com today.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought, this AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
Bounce pass, a walk, a slam it home.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard. The driveway needs filling in. Or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
It may only be summer, but Arizona football can't get here soon enough.
Lozano got a hole inside the 40, jumps to the left of the 30, down to the 25 to the 20, still going.
Catch Kendrick Risano and the Cats all season long, right here on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero!
To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products. You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute. I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco. Captain, you seem a little shorter. I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal, the sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us. From the feelings that move us to the places that pull us on the roads that unite us. With nearly 6,000 stores and over 17,000 auto care centers, Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to keep you firing on all cylinders.
The best place to get all the news and highlights of your Arizona Wildcats.
Steps left, fires a three, drains a three. Their biggest lead of the game.
We are Wildcats Radio, 1290 KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
It was the guys at the bottom of the order that did it in Milwaukee for your Arizona Diamondbacks on Thursday.
Vargas hammers it into left center. That's down for a hit. Gabby is home. Here comes Blaze. Throw is cut off, and the Diamondbacks grab the lead. Ildemaro Vargas knocks in 2.
Ildemaro Vargas bats 9th. How about Alec Thomas in the very next inning?
A lot of sinkers here to Thomas. And Alec lifts it just beyond the reach of Turang, and it drops in. 2 runs coming home. Alec Thomas drives in 2, and it's 6-2.
Diamondbacks scored 6 runs in the second and third innings. They had a 3 spot in the second, a 3 spot in the third. They loaded the bases in both of those innings and cashed in big time. The bottom 3 guys in the order: Tyler Locklear, who bats 7th, Alec Thomas, who bats 8th, Ildemaro Vargas, who bats 9th, combined to drive in all 6 of Arizona's runs in that game. And they only had 3 hits out of it. 3 because Locklear drove in both his runs without the benefit of a base hit. So they combined to go 3 for 11, but drove in 6 runs. Did those 3 batters at the bottom of the order. Diamondbacks beat the Brewers 6-4. Tyler Rashi, he got drafted in 2019, has been in the minor leagues all those years, gets the call to make his major league debut, pitches 2 scoreless innings of relief, trying to make it 3 scoreless innings, had a couple of runners on in a 6-4 game, so the wrong pitch could have you on a walk-off losing end. Could Tyler Rashi finish it out?
And Rashi is a strike away. Boy, wouldn't this be something. Here we go on 3-2. Runners on the move. Bounce to second. Marte's got it. And the Diamondbacks get the series split. Taylor Rashi, in his major league debut, works the 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Boy,
the
what
16th different pitcher to get a save for the Diamondbacks this year.
That is crazy.
How about that? How about Taylor Rashi out of UC Irvine? Again, drafted in 2019. So he's been in the minor leagues, played 2019 in the minor leagues. There was no season in 2020 due to the pandemic. 2021 in the minor leagues. 22 in the minor leagues. He was at AA. 2023 was in the minor leagues. Still at AA. Got to AAA in last season, 2024, but spent the majority of the year at AA. 29 years old now at AAA. Has made 40 appearances for Reno. Gets his first call to the big leagues and gets a 3-inning save against the best team in Major League Baseball. It does not get better than that. Torey Lovello after the game. Welcome to the show, Taylor Rashi.
You can hear him celebrating right now. This is a great moment for him. It's a great moment and a story of perseverance and believing, and gets opportunity and goes out there and gets a 3-inning save. On a day when we needed it most, I think he blocked all that out. He was, for me, oblivious to what was going on around him. He doesn't back down. Great heartbeat. Going to pound the zone. Getting big outs. No situation is too big for him, and deserves this opportunity. And I think what I was told, Baj, the AAA pitching coach, was really pushing for this to happen. So when you start to hear those types of things, you know the player's ready for this.
Only 3 other players in Diamondbacks history have had a save in their major league debut. You won't recognize. You'll recognize only 2 of them have actually been relatively recently. In fact, 2 of them were in the same season in this century. 1 was in the last century. You'll only recognize one of these names that I'm about to give you here. So Taylor Rashi did it yesterday. Taylor Clark did it in April of 2019. I don't think he's pitching anymore in the big leagues.
And Taylor Swift did it.
No, but John Duplantier did it also in April of 2019. He did it 19 days before Taylor Clark did. The name on this list you'll recognize, Byung Kim did
Nice.
it in May of 1999. Byung Kim, who, of course, pitched on the World Series champion team in 2001. Let's hear from Tori on the bottom of that order. Those three guys at the bottom that combined to drive in 6 runs.
You look up there, and I know Corbin didn't get any hits today, and Jerry didn't get any hits today, but we're a team. We're a 1 through 9 team, and that's what happens. Somebody drives a bus, different drives a bus every day, and the bottom of the order happened to come up really big. It was some really good approaches. Innings were built in a really good way. Vargas had that big hit that broke it open early for us.
I talked about it yesterday. I said, you love to hear the story of guys like Taylor Rashi. Look, this was a 23rd round pick. 23rd round picks are what you call organizational players. Okay, they're not guys that are generally supposed to get to the big leagues. These are the guys, and granted, if you can be good enough in this game, it's so hard to play baseball. If you can be good enough to be even drafted and to be able to play professionally, to be on a roster, even if you're a roster filler in professional baseball, that's saying something about your ability to be able to do it. But the majority of those guys that are drafted rounds 20 and below, they're drafted to fill out those rosters because every one of those teams in the minor leagues has to have 25 guys. Okay, so those guys are given the opportunity because they have the ability, but a lot of those guys are not supposed to get to the big leagues.
Unless
it's always cool when one of them does.
Unless you're a catcher who played for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Mike Piazza. He was like 50th round.
60, I think.
Yeah. Like my guy Denny Hockey, he was like 53rd round and got to the big leagues and played for
wasn't he like
close to 10 seasons.
Tommy Lasor's godson or something? Like
Piazza,
didn't they draft him just because there was some like nepotism type of thing, and then he goes on to become like the greatest hitting catcher until maybe this season.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. And so the thought was, hey, Taylor Rashi got an opportunity. How long he sticks around, you never know. If that's the only, because there have been numerous guys who have only gotten one at bat, one opportunity in the big leagues, but that was an opportunity. You're forever there. Your name is forever etched in stone as a major leaguer. And that could be Tyler Rashi because he was sent back to Reno today. Roster moves by the Diamondbacks. Taylor Rashi optioned back to AAA Reno. And you figured that was going to happen. He pitched 3 innings, so he probably was not going to be available for multiple days. And you got to get other arms in there. Unfortunately, Pavin Smith got hurt. I think it was 2 games ago. And so he had to go on the IL and for 10 days. So he is off the roster. Brandon Garcia, I think he was one of the guys that the Diamondbacks got in one of those trades at the deadline. He has been recalled from AAA Reno. And welcome back for the 3rd stint. And all eyes, I think, are going to be on this young man in September. Welcome back, Jordan Lawler, to the big leagues. Jordan has been hurt, so I think had he not been hurt, we would have seen him here a little bit earlier than August 29th. But all eyes are going to be on Jordan Lawler because he has not hit the baseball. He has not hit the baseball in the 2 opportunities that he has gotten to be up with this club at the end of the 2023 season when they were on their way to the playoffs into the World Series. And then earlier this year when he came up, and I think, what did he go, like 1 for 19?
I thought it was like 0 for 17.
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. So Jordan Lawler is going to have to figure it out. He's going to get another opportunity. But if he fails in this month, and again, he's a young player, we don't want to put too much on him. But you got to start. I'm already starting to wonder if he's one of those guys that can take the next step. We're going to find out over the course of the next month.
Can I interest you in a Walker Buehler this evening?
Oh, he's available, huh?
Apparently, yeah. I think he got the final out for the World Series last year.
Buehler
did not last with his Red Sox team this year. He got cut today. Got released.
So there you go. All right, so Taylor Rashi, awesome major league debut. He, if that's his only appearance in the big leagues, He's got a story to tell his grandkids someday. I came up after spending 6 years in the minor leagues, and I shut out and his story grows if Milwaukee goes on to win the World Series. If Milwaukee goes on to win the World Series, he can say, I came up in August and I shut out the World Series champions for 3 innings.
I think you can say
in their ballpark.
I think what you can say is best team in baseball.
Yeah.
Because they are the best team in baseball today.
Exactly.
So I shut down the best team in baseball for 3 innings.
In their ballpark with their fans howling and one of their best hitters with a chance to hit a walk-off home run in the 9th inning. So shout out Taylor Rashi. Those are the great stories of baseball that we all love. You know who else we all love? Cricket. Brian Jeffries is not the only one that loves cricket. We love cricket too.
Oh, I love you guys.
Absolutely. Anything? Were you cooking out this weekend? I know. J-Dub. He cooks. Well, J-Dub cooks out every weekend. So.
He's like.
I think we're making curry tonight.
Curry.
Yeah.
Ooh, like curry. Just chicken
like
or
coconut
curry?
milk and curry seasoning and
then you'll just
root
put it on
vegetables
whatever?
and some kind of protein and some good rice.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That sounds real good. There. You going to cook anything out this weekend?
No, I'm going to take my mom somewhere so we don't have to cook.
Okay, there you go. You guys got a favorite. Did you buy one of those? Did you get one of the I got one of the Bumsteads.
Oh, you did? There's a few left, too, by the way, if someone wants to pick those up.
That's right. We had a sweet deal today. Sometimes they sell out quickly. Sometimes they don't because there's a lot of them. I think there was over 120 plus of these. So you can head on over to our website, wildcatsradio1290.com. Click on Sweet Deal if you want to get that gift certificate for Bumstead's $50 gift certificate for $25. I've never been there. I saw Leanne did the video, so I got a chance to see the inside of the place.
What it looks like.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go check that out. She said she used to hang out there in college.
She said it was like her thing.
Right.
I love that.
That was her place.
Yeah, that was her hang.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to I don't know if I'll do that this weekend, but I'll definitely put that on the list to go over and maybe listen to some what do they call it? Open mic.
Open mic night. They do karaoke.
Have you ever done that? You ever got up on the stage and tried to tell any comedy at all? Tell any jokes?
What's the deal with airplane food?
I wanted to take an improv class, but I decided not to. Because I'm not funny.
You're not
and
funny?
And I know that, so that's why I should not take an improv class.
I'm not funny either.
Yeah, maybe we should take an improv class together, and maybe we could learn how to be funny. Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Do you know the base principle? It's yes and.
Yes.
Meaning that you don't, in an improv scenario, you'd never say no. You never cut off wherever somebody else is coming from. You just go with it.
You
yes
cannot
and.
not like debate what someone else is saying in improv.
No, nothing like that. No.
Right.
That's the opposite of what you're supposed
You just go with what your partner's saying.
All right. What else is happening this weekend in Southern Arizona on this Labor Day long holiday?
This long weekend, you can chill at the Chul tonight and tomorrow night at Tohono Chul with music and spirits and bites and some fun stuff for the kids to do. You could tour Sabino Canyon tomorrow night with Sabino Canyon's Crawler Tour. Meet at the Sabino Canyon Rec Center before 7:30. Showing at the Loft Cinema on Speedway through the weekend will be This Is Spinal Tap, Jaws, 9 to 5, and the Cat Video Fest. And I think it's the 50th anniversary of Jaws.
It is. It was on TV.
Is that right?
Earlier.
Yeah, so it's the anniversary party for that. And on Tuesday at the Loft, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh.
Screening of The Godfather with food, little bites, wine, and then followed by a screening of The Godfather on Tuesday.
How was your salad?
And
Sopranos
the end of The Sopranos. I don't want to give anything away. I'm so disappointed with the season finale.
She told me
Sopranos?
yesterday, DK, she's like, I
Oh.
said, we're going to get wings with the football crew. What are you up to? And she's like, me and my
One
mom
of
are going to
the,
watch finish up Sopranos and eat salad.
Who was it that just died? One of the older actors from that show passed away
Oh,
this
the guy
week?
that played Tesh.
Tesh, yeah.
I forget
Right,
his
Hesh.
name, though. Yeah.
He passed away.
He was like 96. Yeah, he
he
got up there. But yeah, that was a disappointing
Just
ending.
when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yes.
It's funny because some people think it's the greatest ending ever, and other people are like, it's the worst ending ever. It's very polarizing.
I don't want to give any, in case someone hasn't seen it, they want to watch
Was
it.
that
I mean,
26 years ago?
It was, I think it ended in like
The
07
Sopranos?
Yeah, the final episode.
Not 26 years ago would have been 99. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Early 2000s?
Early 2000s. Yeah, mid like 7 or like you said 7 or 8 maybe.
Something like that, maybe.
I think it was right before I moved out here.
It was definitely a long. I'm way behind the times that I saw that
What was
for the
the
first
other
time.
movie? You said what was the other movie at the
Cat movie.
Cat Video
Cat
Fest?
Video Fest.
Jaws, 9 to 5.
Jaws.
Yes.
I think we're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're definitely going to need a bigger boat. Definitely. You can get the
There you
days
go.
and screening times at loftcinema.org.
Those are my 2 movie lines for today.
That's good, though.
There
You got
go.
them in there.
Thank you, Cricket.
You're welcome.
What's traffic happening?
Well, from the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together. Speedway and Euclid, that was a 3-car crash. Euclid and Speedway, some slowing there. Also a collision at Broadway and Swan, some usual slowdowns westbound Ajo Way at Mission. There is a very slight chance of rain into the evening, 101 through the weekend, and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio, 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just 1 pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
The jungle has moved afternoon, so grab your best Tucson tuxedo and join us on the Jim Rome Show weekdays from noon till 3 p.m. right here on the flagship home of your Arizona Wildcats, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Stay connected while you're on the go with the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. Listen to Arizona Wildcats play-by-play. Get the latest news on your teams and more, all in one place. Download Wildcats Radio 1290 app from the App Store or Google Play today. Wildcats Radio 1290 app is sponsored by Goodfellas Home Solutions.
For quality, honesty, and service you can count on, call Goodfellas Home Solutions. Because when you need help around the house, we can fix it. Need a kitchen or bathroom makeover? Dealing with a clogged drain, leaky faucet, or sewer issue? We'll take care of it fast. We handle just about anything under your roof. Goodfellas Home Solutions. GoodfellasAC.com.
Who would have thought that our deals at O'Reilly Used Cars would actually be hotter than the weather? But it's our Labor Day weekend sale, and here we are. Choose from a huge variety of makes and models, trucks, cars, SUVs, and more, all priced to move with extra savings all weekend long. Don't let someone else drive away in your next vehicle. Come see us on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or visit O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Used Cars, giving you more since 1924.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Arizona is expecting record-breaking highs this year. Is your AC ready to handle it? When systems work over time, they break down. You might hear weird noises, smell something off, or worse, feel no cool air at all. Rightway is standing by with 15% off any AC repair to get you cooled off fast. Or play it smart. Book your $65 AC tune-up now and avoid emergency calls when the Arizona heat gets brutal. Call 520-640-COOL or visit rightwayac.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text LEARN to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text LEARN to 323232 right now. Text LEARN to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's LEARN to 323232. Text LEARN to 323232 now.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. Nike Basketball introduced WNBA superstar Caitlin Clark as its newest signature athlete this week. Clark and Nike unveiled the athlete's new distinct logo, as well as plans for a signature sneaker and apparel collection release next year. Clark celebrated the launch by giving every fan in attendance for Tuesday's Indiana Fever blowout win over the Seattle Storm a shirt with the new logo that said Caitlin was here. Even Indiana coach Stephanie White was rocking one during the game.
It's special. You know, there's very few people who get the opportunity to say that they have a logo and to make the impact that she makes, not just, I think, in the sport, but globally. Shoot, I'm talking about it right now and just feeling the intense gratitude for me personally, being in women's basketball, to be able to be a part of this moment, meant to celebrate with her.
With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
Hold it.
Like you know to check the assembly instructions first.
Hold it.
Before building the bookcase.
And done. Whew. You can let go.
Yeah, checking first is smart.
Ugh.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
This sandwich, it's a complete game changer. Hello, this is Mike, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Pretzel Cheddar Club is that juicy chicken with that toasty pretzel bun. That bun, it's crispy, cozy, just amazing. With the pretzel bun, the Dijon mustard, and the chicken, it makes that sweet, savory kind of combination. It's everything that you love about food rolled into one. It looks phenomenal. It tastes great. It's delicious.
Order the Pretzel Cheddar Club with cherry berry and Sprite for a limited time on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonial.
PK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. It is almost Friday night. High school football tonight. The first week that everybody is on the field. Last week we had conferences 1A, 2A, and 3A. We were out at Santa Rita High School last Friday night for our first It's Almost Friday Night show. And saw Catalina get their first win of the season and first win of the Virgil Henderson era. Conferences 4, 5, and 6 will begin their seasons tonight. Some big games around southern Arizona. One of those is Marana and South Point Catholic. That is not where Javier Morales will be tonight from All Sports Tucson. He joins us now. Javier, what game will you be at this evening?
I will be at Buena at Cienega in Vail.
Buena and Cienega, and again, that will be a very good game as well. Buena was one of the better teams in southern Arizona. Joe Thomas has really got it going down there at Buena. They have just kind of steadily built that program over the course of the last 5-6 years, and now they are definitely one of the teams to contend with annually here in our part of the state.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember his start. He lost his first 21 games as Buena's head coach, 0-21. Normally when that happens, either the coach wants to get out or he gets removed, right? But they both stuck with each other, and the school and him. And he's really, I think this is his 10th year now, and he's really established a culture there. Not bent on winning all the time, but more so like family and, getting better that way with getting players to want to play. I think that's really happened the last 5 years or so, where he's got some talent and they've come together as a team. So when you have those two elements going, there's going to be some success. And now they're playing like one of the toughest schedules in the state. So they're that confident to do that.
Cienega obviously has been a team that's been very strong here in Southern Arizona for a number of years, over a couple of different coaches. Obviously, Niemer Hassey was there. He left to go be the principal at Micah Mountain. Pat Nugent took over there at Cienega for a while before following Niemer to Micah Mountain. Now Justin Argraves is there. I believe this is season 2, maybe 3 for Justin at Cienega. Where are they now in terms of, obviously Micah Mountain has been built. They've won a national state title, although bit in a lower division than what Cienega plays. What's Cienega standing right now on the lexicon of Southern Arizona high school football?
They've been, Pat Nugent had them going to a high level, and Justin Argraves is a real good coach. He came in and took over the program, and he's kept it a winning program. They've had winning seasons. They just haven't had the 8-9 type winning seasons. So, but he's got some talent to build this team up this year. They could make the playoffs again. They made the playoffs last year. They lost in the first round to Tucson High, but I think Argraves is a good coach for that system, that school, and he's getting the players that he's developing are really, they're really good. Jaden Rogers, he just committed to a D1 team school yesterday, Idaho State. So Julian Haley, their quarterback's really good. They got a couple of really good defensive players, including Davion Ross as a linebacker. They have talent, but not in mass like Pat Nugent had. So I think Argraves is trying to get that, get more players there, get more players, talented players together, and build a team that could go deep in the playoffs.
We're chatting with Javier Morales. He is one of the writers and founders of All Sports Tucson. They cover everything here in Southern Arizona prep-wise, as well as youth sports. Javier and his brother Andy do tremendous work over there with the help of others, Lori Burkhart and Kevin Murphy as well, who write for their website, do a tremendous job covering all the sports here in Southern Arizona. Javier, what are some of the other storylines in terms of high school football that people should be following this as we get going here?
For this weekend, for tonight?
Yes, or season.
Or season. Well, I think I went to see Micah Mountain play last night. It looked very impressive in Jay Campos' return. He hadn't coached in 9 years. And Micah Mountain, to me, looked just as good as last year. It's one game, and who knows how good Poston View will turn out. They're usually a good program. But, man, they looked impressive, especially on defense. So I think they really didn't skip a beat. They play at CDO next week, and then they have they have a ALA West Foothills game in a couple of weeks on the road. That's a good program, so we'll see more about that. But I want to see how Micah Mountain plays a full season with Jay Campos. I think there's a lot of excitement there, and there should be. Saudita, their game with Walden Grove got suspended or postponed yesterday because of the lightning, and they were hanging tough with Walden Grove in the first half, which kind of surprised me. I know it's only the first half. But, don't forget, Saudita only won like 2 games 2 years ago, and Walden Grove's been a power year in and year out. So I think Jake Allen, I want to see how Saudita's season plays out. They went 8-2 last year, didn't make the playoffs because of their schedule. So that's a storyline. Obviously, you got the Sell Points and Moranas. You want to see how far they can go in the playoffs. Marana won't be in the open division now because they took the 5A teams out of it. So does that mean Marana has a good chance of going all the way for a 5A state championship this year? Yes. Philip Stewart has the pieces in play there that they could certainly do that. So I want that's an interesting storyline. There's a lot of them. Tucson High, they won their first playoff game since 1971 last year. So, and they got a lot of players back, key players. So how far are they going to go in the 5A playoffs? Because they're going to get into the playoffs. This is going to be an exciting year of football again for Southern Arizona. It has been the last couple of years. 2 years ago, Sabino and CDO won the state championship. Last year it was Micah Mountain and Push Ridge. So it's not around the possibility that one of the Tucson area teams can win another state title.
Javier Morales joining us, All Sports Tucson. Javier, I want to touch on a couple of other things. Obviously, we've had some tragedy here in Southern Arizona recently. The death of Kelly Pierce, the soccer coach over at South Point Catholic. You and your brother knew her very well. What would you want, for those people that maybe did not know Kelly, what would you want them to know about the person that she was?
Very down home, sincere, and genuine person. She's somebody that will approach you and talk to you and not have any kind of pretense. She really enjoyed talking about her players, about her coaching career. She was pretty modest. She really shied away from the attention. Whenever we wanted to interview her, we do the interviews for Twitter, we on her phones and all that. She really didn't like doing that, but she did it. She's over there like making up her hair, looking at her, making sure she looks okay and all that. But she, that's what and we laughed about it. And she was just a genuine person who really cared a lot about her players. And that when that news came down, that really hit hard. How young she was and what kind of a person she was. And the amount of state championships she won as a player and as a coach, and then won, with the FC Tucson also. So she's a proven coach as well at such a young age. Can you imagine if she been able to play out a full coaching career, how many championships she would have won? So just a huge loss overall for the community, for the soccer community, for all of us who had the pleasure of covering her teams and reporting on her. So it really hit home pretty hard.
Yeah. We'll definitely remember her for everything that she did for the game of soccer here in Southern Arizona. Javier Morales, All Sports Tucson. He'll be at Cienega and Buena tonight. Follow his coverage on the Twitter as well. You can find him. He is at Javier J. Morales. Everybody's got the J. Michael J. Lev, Javier J. Morales. Maybe I should get a J in my middle name, too. Maybe more people would follow me. Javier, appreciate you coming on, brother.
Thanks a lot, DK. And thank you to you, too, for the prep coverage here in Tucson. It's really needed. So you guys do a great job. So thank you also for what you do.
Outstanding. Hey, I appreciate those words, Javier. Thank you. Look forward to seeing you out there very soon. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. We got one segment left to go. We'll give you our Casino del Sol replay. We'll let you hear from the AD, the athletics director of your Arizona Wildcats, Desiree Reed-Francois, spoke this week on the deficit, coming out of the deficit, and hopes for the future. Cricket is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
From the Auto Nation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Collisions at Speedway in Alvernon and Speedway. 3-car crash occurred at Euclid and Speedway and Euclid. And also expect some slowdown, some busy travel on and off near Keno and I-10 due to road work. Slight chance of rain into the evening, about 101 through the weekend and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
Auto Nation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall is your premier automotive destination in town. Explore the new 2025 Honda models and extensive collection of pre-owned vehicles. Experience no-hassle financing and our no-haggle one-price selection. Visit Auto Nation Honda Tucson at the Auto Mall today.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
My hero! To advertise up to 40% off at Tobacco Barn, paying no city or state sales tax, and saving up to $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com, I'm going to jump from this airplane at 30,000 feet.
I hope he's careful.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
Wahoo!
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation.
Wait, where's the ripcord?
And save up to another $3 off with a coupon at TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Oh no, he forgot his parachute.
I did it!
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco!
Captain, you seem a little shorter.
I prefer vertically challenged, my dear.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check TobaccoBarnTucson.com.
Or did everyone else get taller?
Oh, brother. I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text LEARN to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text LEARN to 323232 right now. Text LEARN to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's LEARN to 323232. Text LEARN to 323232 now.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Plus free premium delivery with any smart bed and adjustable base. Ends Labor Day. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
This is Zach Gelb with the Sports Minute, sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. After trading Micah Parsons to the Packers, the Dallas Cowboys now have 2 first-round picks in 2026 and 2 more in 2027. And with that being said, Dak Prescott is officially on the clock. Dallas could draft a QB in 2026, sit him for an entire year, and then trade Dak come 2027. Or they could draft a QB in 2027 and immediately trade Dak. Either way, I think Dak will be off the Cowboys come the start of the 2027 season. I'm Zach Gelb.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Summer's almost over, but the heat is pressing on. If you've got battery trouble, stop by AutoZone for free battery testing. It may just need a charge, and we'll do that for free too. If you do need a battery, we've got options starting at just $89.99, and we'll recycle your old battery for free. Now that's a strong start. Don't miss the end of summer sale, now at AutoZone until September 22nd. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Final segment of our show before we get out of here for the weekend. Well, at least for today. We'll be back tomorrow because there's a football game. First football game of the season. So we'll be with you at 3 o'clock tomorrow from the U of A Mall. So we will be out on the mall tomorrow. They haven't stopped that. There will be a tailgate tomorrow. There may not be any Bear Down Friday, but there is a tailgate happening tomorrow. Gustavo De La Torre checks in on the Twitter. And in terms of our question of the day, are you disappointed about the downsizing of Bear Down Friday? He says, well, yeah, they should keep doing this tradition before every home game during the regular season, period. Appreciate Gustavo for checking in. We also had a gentleman check in on our YouTube channel. He's watching the show on YouTube. And let's see, I had that one. I'll come back to that one that's on YouTube.
There is a Bear Down Bash tomorrow.
Yes, there is. There is a Bear Down Bash. That will be the first concert, the first in the concert series on Bear Down Field. So you can at least do that on game. So game days, at least, are going to be a whole lot bigger than they've been in the past. Chef Nation checks in on our YouTube channel and says, wow, no Bear Down Fridays? That's BS. Bear Down, baby, says Chef Nation. I think
my favorite is when the band comes walking through and you see the faces of people who have never seen that before. And that, to me, that's the best part about that whole thing.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. All right, head on over to Twitter right now if you want to vote in our poll right now. It's 60-40. 60% of you saying no, not disappointed by the downsizing of Bear Down Fridays at all. We have been keeping an eye on Eurobasket, which is happening, the FIBA Eurobasket, which is the championships of Europe in terms of basketball, men's basketball, and several Arizona Wildcats are competing in that event, including Lauri Markkanen, who continues to shine for Finland.
Yeah, DK only had 43 points in 23 minutes today.
Only 43 points.
Yeah, only 43 points in 23 minutes. It was versus Great Britain, who is not exactly known to have had.
Do they play basketball?
They do. They do.
Okay.
Wasn't who is it? Abdul Nabi from Duke.
Yeah,
I think he was. I think he played for their team. They've had a few NBA guys, but traditionally Great Britain is not one of the better teams in Europe now.
All right, let's give you your Casino del Sol replay for today. It is brought to you by Casino del Sol. It is your home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. And don't forget to wager over at Sol Sports for your betting needs. Desiree Reed-Francois spoke earlier this week. Had an opportunity to chat with her. And one of the things she was asked about is just this is obviously year 2 for the Arizona Wildcats in the Big 12. What she and her staff learned about this league in Arizona's first year in it.
The Big 12 has great fan support. The Big 12, a lot of the different cities that we're going to are smaller towns. And it very much like Tucson, there's a college feel. And so that was a great familiarity. But it's we're not going to Los Angeles. We're not going to the East Bay. We're not going to Palo Alto anymore. We are going to Texas Tech and West Virginia, and those fans are passionate, and it's a different game day atmosphere. I can't really speak about how it was in the Pac-12 because, candidly, I haven't been in the Pac-12 since I was a law school student, so I can't totally talk about that because, candidly, my experience was a decade in the Southeastern Conference. But going into the Big 12, it reminded me a lot of what you're seeing in traditional college towns. A passionate fan base who really, really care. I have not played a game yet at Texas Tech, but I'm looking forward to the tortillas.
When you see the cabanas and the special seats behind the end zone out right here in the corner of the stadium, how are sales going with those new areas, and what are you hoping that will bring to the game day experience?
Thank you. Thank you for asking. And the on-field suites are something we wanted to try this year and see how it worked. Sales are really robust, and we're optimistic. We're always looking for new revenue opportunities. But one thing that we heard from our fans when we did all those surveys is they wanted more premium opportunities. And so we thought we would try this year, and then we're going to continue to evolve it and see what's working, what's not. And every year we want our fans to see something different. We want them to know that we are listening to them. And Tony will probably talk about concession prices. I think that was a top 2 item that our fans were like, hey, it's too expensive. Your concession prices are way, way high. So we worked with our partners in Aramark, and we figured out a way, and we worked it into our budget pro forma, and we lowered concession prices. We put those on-field suites because we wanted to try something different. And you asked about sales, and sales are really robust right now. So the other thing that we have not tackled adequately enough yet is the sound. We're going to bring in some portable speakers, and we know that's an issue, and we want to keep adjusting, but that's something that we have to tackle next year.
Desiree, you mentioned obviously the $39 million deficit and that you had to make some difficult decisions. What would you say was the most difficult decision you had to make to try to bring that back under control?
We had to look at every position, and we had to change our mindset. So every position we evaluated, is this mission critical? And every dollar allocation, we had to look, is this a want or is this a need? If it's a need, let's move forward. There were certain areas that we were not going to touch, like mental health. We're not going to touch that. That is something that is something as every athletic director across the country, we all worry about that. So we're not going to touch that. But everything else, you guys, we got to look and see, are we doing it the best possible way? If not, why not? And how do we evolve it? So we did not refill several positions, and we made some strategic cuts in terms of, like I said, is this a need or is this a want? We also, reducing the debt, there was like a 5-pronged attack. The first thing that we did, like I said, was we wanted to we had to raise more revenue. And we did that, and I talked about what the Wildcat Club did, what Arizona Sports Enterprises did, and what our conference revenue, and then ticket sales. I know I'm also not popular for putting in that competitive fee. I apologize. The one good thing I will say about the competitive fee, though, is that we welcome all of our opponents, and that they have the opportunity, when you're buying single game tickets, you also get the opportunity of contributing to our success by paying a competitive fee on every single game ticket. So we added the competitive fee, and I say that really tongue-in-cheek. You guys are supposed to at least snicker. Come on, at least roll your eyes and sort of smile. Thank you, Michael Lev. And so we increased our revenue, we cut our expenses, we renegotiated our debt, we renegotiated contracts, one of which was our Nike contract, which saved us roughly $2.5 million per year. And then we just had to shift our mindset. We had to develop took a collaborative approach in developing our budgets. We worked with our coaches and said, all right, because discipline equals freedom, right? Like all of our families always used to tell us that. Like I remember my mother always telling me that. You can't have everything, but choose what's most important. And so we had to look and see, how can we be more disciplined in our approach? What is our highest priority? What are our priorities for all of our programs? We worked with our coaches, and under Will's leadership, we created transparent budgets, and then we got to hold people accountable to those. So, and this was all amidst, we have a $20.5 million revenue share opportunity now. And so we had all of these changes, and then we had one of the largest transformations in college sports history.
So where would you say that you are right now then? Are you where you want to be? There's still work to be.
Fiscal year 26. And that's with the $20.5 million revenue share. And we are all in, we are competitive, we are fair, and we're good stewards of our resources.
Do you have any updates on naming rights for football or any facilities, like where or when you expect that to happen?
Well, I really wanted to introduce you all to Brian Rooney, who's our GM for Arizona Sports Enterprises, but he is actually making a pitch right now to one of our corporate sponsors. So I said, all right, you go do that, and you can knock that out. So I'll let you know very soon. We're making a lot of progress. We're making progress there, and so we are I'd love to tell you like, hey, we'll have it done in 2 weeks. I don't know, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 18 months. It's just, there's a lot of conversations and there's been a lot of analytics that have gone into that. It's usually about a 18 to 24 month process. And so that's, so we are active.
So would you anticipate that when one of those goes through, it would be at the start of the season, or could you see a mid-season?
Oh, we could always do mid-season. All right. Thank you all.
All right, that was the athletics director for your Arizona Wildcats. Asked her about the budget, and she says they're going to be solvent by the end of this school year. So that is good to hear for sure. That is your Casino del Sol replay for today. It's brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf. All right, before we get out of here, a few programming notes. Again, we will be on the air tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day from the U of A Mall. Kelvin Ifan, Glenn Howell, and myself talking Arizona football, getting you set for the Wildcats and Hawaii. We've got you till 6. Network pregame, Brody Dryden, Kyle Quinn will be from 6 to 7:30. Kickoff, Brian Jeffries, Lamont Lovett, and Mackenzie Hamilton at 7:30, and then after the game, roughly around maybe 11:30 at night, we will have you back for Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The post-game show will take you till 1:30 in the morning and break down everything that we saw in the game on Saturday night. Hopefully the first win, and we're listening to the guys sing Bear Down in the locker room after it's all over.
We'll be taking a lot of happy phone calls.
Yes, we like to take happy phone calls for sure. Monday, no show due to the holiday Labor Day, so we will not have DK on the sports tip. We will, however, bring you the press conference, the Brent Brennan press conference show, which will be, I believe, on noon on Monday, so you can join us at noon on Monday. We'll have that for you, and we'll also have the Brent Brennan radio show on Monday night at its normal time at 6:05, so you can join us for that as well coming up on Monday night. Have a great weekend, J-Dub.
You as well.
Your
I'll
cooking.
see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, actually, you won't have a great weekend because you'll be working with me.
I'm going to have a great – what are you talking about? Arizona football's here, DK. It's a great weekend.
Exactly. A great working weekend. Thanks to all the people that joined us today. Michael Lev from the Arizona Daily Star, John Veneri, voice of the Hawaii Rainbows on the football side, Javier Morales, All Sports Tucson. For cricket, for J-Dub, for Dragon Ball, my name is David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great holiday weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Arizona football at 3 from the mall. You're listening to Wildcats Radio, 1290.
From the AutoNation Honda and BMW of Tucson Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. With collisions, Speedway and Alvernon and Speedway, earlier 3-car crash at Euclid and Speedway. Work on Grant east of Country Club to east of Columbus. Use Pima or Glen instead. Tiny chance of rain into the evening, 101 through the weekend and 95 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Rooter Ranger 24/7 Plumbing, Sewer, and Drains. For fast, affordable plumbing and emergency drain services, call Rooter Ranger and get out of plumbing danger. RooterRanger.com.
888-7-RANGER. Get you out of plumbing danger.
This is Ron. I'm the president of Alaskan AC. Our main job is keeping you comfortable, and we hope that puts a smile on your face. But we recently met someone we just made smile just by being on the radio.
I giggle every time I hear you guys come on. My daughter laughs at me because I can hear the jingle start and I immediately turn the volume up.
That's our new friend, Charisse. Not a customer, just somebody who needed a laugh, and we just happened by.
My husband passed away 5 years ago. I was diagnosed with cancer 5 years ago. I fell into a very dark depression. You guys make me so happy, so I can't say thank you enough. I really, truly can't.
That's awesome. No matter how we made you happy, we just want to say thanks. You're the reason we've been keeping Arizona chill since 1972.
The Grizz cracks me up, and I've actually repeated it to people because some of them don't know who you guys are. Mm-hmm. So I have to say, oh, you have to listen to them. They're so funny.
Reach out anytime at AlaskanAC.com.
Nobody covers your Cats like we do, with press conferences, coaches shows, and play-by-play.
It is over. Cats have won it.
We bring you all the stories, highlights, and analysis of your Arizona Wildcats. We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All right, she's inside. Are you good?
Yeah. It's just, she's my baby girl, you know?
I do, and ceramic coating was a good choice.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yep, I know.
Recon Auto Detailing. Enhance or restore your baby to her former glory with paint recondition, ceramic coating, paint protection, tinting, and more for full protection of your vehicle inside and out. New cars, old cars, we love them all. Recon Auto Detailing, 3829 North Oracle Road, Tucson. ReconDetail.com.
Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to support your Arizona Wildcats football team with their first home game this Saturday at Arizona Stadium.
This Saturday, the Cats take on Hawaii. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m.
To get your tickets, visit ArizonaWildcats.com or call 621-CATS. For more University of Arizona Wildcat football, including a complete schedule and link to buy tickets online, log on to khid1075.com.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Snakes, zombies, public speaking. The list of fears is endless. But the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. Distracted driving is what's really scary and even deadly. Eyes forward, don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief.
So we just went to Green Bay, where everyone is giddy like Christmas Day. Now let's get some reaction out of Dallas. I can only imagine what it's like on social media down there. I can only imagine what it is like on sports talk radio and all of the things that Saad Yousuf of The Athletic has heard over the last 24 hours about the Dallas Cowboys. Saad, Gresh here, how are you? And my God, Jerry actually did it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very prevalent reaction, honestly, throughout Dallas-Fort Worth, and really a lot of Dallas media as well. We all kind of saw everything that was being said, the trade request, all that stuff. At the end of the day, though, I think we all thought that this deal was going to end up being done. We did not. I don't think anybody expected that Micah Parsons would be traded. Jerry Jones just does not trade his superstar players. There's no precedent for this in the history of the organization. There's a lot of patterns of the opposite, which is him holding on too long to his star players. But I've never seen anything like this from the Jerry Jones Cowboys. This is the first.
Saad, to the best of your knowledge, did Jerry Jones shop Micah Parsons, or is this more like Luka Doncic 2.0, where it was one team really involved and that was it, and it was clandestine for no one else to know?
Well, I think this situation is a little bit in between. I don't think it was one team. I don't think it was just the Green Bay Packers. But it wasn't the entire league. But that really, there's two different situations. With Nico Harrison and the Mavericks, that was complete malpractice. It was just just a terrible job on his part. With Jerry Jones, it wasn't so much the shopping around that was his problem. The problem with him was the timing that he tried to do it. If you're trying to do this in March and April, the rest of the league has a lot more cap space before free agency. They have draft picks before the April draft. But when you're trying to do this 1 week before the regular season begins, when teams are already, not only have they spent all their money, they've even cut down their rosters to 53 at this point. When you're trying to do it there, you're automatically shrinking the pool that you have for the options to do this. And so I think it was kind of by default that he didn't have as many options throughout the league. I still don't think it was just the Green Bay Packers. All of a sudden, you're now looking for a team that not only has the assets to trade for Micah Parsons, but also has the cap space to extend him beyond this year.
So, to the best of your knowledge, Saad, how ugly did it get because Jerry Jones tried to circumvent the agent? It feels like at that point, it was either going to be somebody was going to, cave in and give Micah Parsons what he wanted, or